Hail and well met. Welcome to what I believe is episode 15 of the Westgate Irregulars campaign.
What is time?
Woo, what is time? What is place?
What day is it?
We are theoretically at the end of this particular Night Mask arc, with the intrepid adventurers hopefully escaping from their dastardly, dark, and currently self-imposed exile in the sewers. I'm Eric Scott DeBee, the DM of this campaign, and I'm going to go around and introduce everyone, starting with Aaron. Go, take it away, Aaron.
Hi, I'm Erin M. Evans. I am the author of the Brimstone Angel Saga, and I'm going to blame the pandemic on the fact that I have not pulled up our sponsor information yet. You would think by now I have this memorized, but
Untitled Champions brings together your favorite heroes from popular D&D games, novels, movies. And,
Randy, what you doing? Are you trying to steal my thing? You capping stuff now? Is that what we're doing this?
He wants you to do the recap, so you better hurry up and find that thing.
Found it. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons and Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure, including Farida and Havilar from my Brimstone Angel Saga.
Woo!
The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and web, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. For more information, check out idlechampions.com. And I also want to give a shout out. They've been doing this very entertaining stream on their channel where they have a pancake artist making pancakes of all the characters.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
It is delightful.
That's awesome.
One, and it was like the best thing that's ever happened in my career, baby.
And if you ask nicely, they'll mail them to you so you can eat. No, I'm just kidding.
Sandwich between two cardboard sheets.
Hi, I'm Rhiannon Held, also under the pen name RZ Held. I write urban fantasy and also now space opera. First novella in my new space opera series, Clean Install, is available now, and as of this week, it is available on Kindle Unlimited. So if you are a Kindle Unlimited reader, give it a try.
Hi, I'm Yang Yang Wang. I'm a filmmaker and a writer.
Hi, I'm Stephen Merlino. I am a writer and a teacher. Oh, and I play this guy. He tells me, he whispers in my ears, tells me what he wants to do.
As he's poking you in the head with his nose.
Ow!
Yeah. It's not visible in the framing on the.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's not? Oh,
That's
what a shame.
That is
It's a
true.
picture of Sturge looming over him.
Oh, that sucks.
You'll have to reshift it to be like right over your head next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll just sink my seat like this.
Hi, I'm Emily Tang. I'm a game designer at Wizards of the Coast. Disclaimer, all thoughts and opinions expressed in this stream are my own and do not represent Wizards of the Coast.
And I'm Randy Henderson, author.
Thank you, everyone. When last we left the intrepid Westgate Irregulars, they were stuck down in the sewer, facing off with some serious threats that they should not have been able to defeat under normal circumstances. But they are heroes, and they united and pulled off something amazing, and Rogar is going to tell us all about it. So take it away, Randy/Rogar.
All right. I'll put on my recap for the recap. Here we go. So, right. And as you know, Idle Champions, the home version, brings together iconic Westgate Irregulars to battle, our enemies. So, last time we were stuck in this, down in the sewers, but we traveled through this dimension where we each went to our happy place. And then Lilton showed up. That's Lilton.
Oh my gosh.
So Lilton shows up and he's like, hello, I am going to seduce you because I am a hot, sexy elf guy.
That's what elf guys do.
And do you want to kiss me? And we're like, no. And Artemisia's like, yeah, maybe. And then we got past Lilton. And we're back in the place where we've saved Artemisia's stepmother, Marcelea. And then there's this statue of Shar. Somebody wrote Shar sucks on it. I don't know who would have done that. But right. And then we faced off against the Duchess of Darkness, who's a vampire and definitely not just a badly colored Celeste from Idle Champion. And then
Celeste, what's happened to you?
so we fought her, and then, well, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but basically, you really need to watch the episode because it was freaking awesome. And then, but basically, she got smashed. And oh no, poor Shar's head came off. Such a shame.
There's a strength check right there.
By Shar's head. And then that was it. Ta-da! That was it. That was the episode. Right. Now we are stuck down in the Night Mask lair. And we're up here. And the Duchess died here, and the statue was smashed here, and then Caliph showed up, all bloody and covered in losing her feathers out of the bottom room, and what's going to happen next? I don't know. You tell us.
Okay. Well, so the Irregulars stand panting and heaving as the adrenaline of battle slowly seeps out of them. In this chamber that reeks of melty death. And you realize that this, the central chamber, Randy, if you would hold up that map again, that central chamber is entirely full to a height of 4 or 5 feet with mold grown into some kind of abominable plants, making footing and movement through it incredibly treacherous. Caliph is, kind of stuck on the other side. She had walked a little bit into the mold and then kind of like stopped because it's really hard to get through. And then cast her spell, and perhaps it was the mold that saved her from walking into the range of the lightning bolt, in fact. But now you are on opposite sides of this room, which is full of mold and grossness growing over dozens of skeletons that have some mostly melted flesh clinging to them, which are all that remain of the cultists who were, melted by the sickening radiance.
I mean, if you don't want to get melted, don't stand in the sickening radiance. Seems obvious.
People,
Yeah.
You're going to make choices. Just
so Celia killed a lot of people right there. Anyway, so there is only one survivor that you are aware of other than you and Marcelea, and that is the coin lad who is currently hiding in the cell that Marcelea was in. And otherwise, the place is full of the smell of rotting and melting death.
Gross.
And as you are sort of catching your breath as best you can amongst the stench, the stone starts to quiver around you, and you see pieces of stone filtering down from the ceiling.
Well, that's not good.
The big statue in the middle of the chamber seems to have been holding it up to some extent.
It was a load-bearing statue.
Well, she had a hand holding a bowl, right? And her other hand was up in the air. And you see that her other hand is attached to the ceiling.
It's a magical load-bearing statue.
He said, Caliph, fly over here quick!
Shit.
Yeah.
What happens when I flap my wings a little?
Oh boy.
A lot.
There's a rattling sound.
A bunch of feathers come out.
I'm gonna stop real quick.
And it hurts like trying to shake your really sore arms.
I can't fly, guys.
Okay, I turn to Monkey Stong. Or Ape, I'm sorry.
Ape Stong is there.
And I ask him
Donkey Stong is there.
He could go get Caliph and bring her back because he is stronger, and I am going to assume he can jump farther based on Cecilia's vague knowledge of apes, which is not great.
Yeah,
Okay.
so Stonky
Since
Kong
you don't
can't speak
speak-
common.
Yeah,
But-
so I do beast speech, so it's like.
So you can
then
actually
know what I
speak
mean.
with Cecilia because she has the beast speak
Oh,
ability.
amazing. Well, Stonk just says, oh,
That's why this is great. We'll be a team.
yeah. He does what she says.
Okay.
So I go over and I try to fetch Caleb.
You say that like it's so easy. I'm going to need you to make
Oh,
an
darn.
athletics check, please.
And has the like sickening miasma that she cast, is that still there?
I
or
turned
is
it
gone?
off.
That has
Turned it off,
faded
okay.
away, plunging the room into purple, dimly lit light from the torches that are still on the walls.
As Rogar's watching Stong do
Mold
this,
clings to the torches, starting to reach up over the flame, but the flame is still burning there.
okay.
Does it burn the mold?
It doesn't actually
Oh, wait,
produce
that's
any
right. It
heat.
doesn't burn.
Hmm.
As Rogar's
So-
watching Stong do this, what are the odds that he could like kind of follow behind in the path that Stong sort of plows through and that all of these blastings have kind of cleared through to the statue and find Shar's head?
The blastings have not cleared any space to the statue.
Oh.
Could they?
Also, is the head in one piece after all of that?
Uh,
I mean,
you're
I guess
not
that's
sure.
there's only one way to find out, and it
got,
involves
I mean, I could
going
look
through a
for
level.
it.
Before the it was like knocked off, and then the lightning bolt hit the body, and then the body like shattered,
Hmm.
or she shattered.
It shattered,
the body,
yeah.
mean.
I mean, Artemisia has one lightning bolt left. If that would like set Moss on fire, that's a possibility.
I mean, I can
Eric.
cantrip. I don't know though if.
You can fire a lightning bolt into the moss and see what happens.
lots,
Not
I
while I'm
mean,
in
not
there.
when the DM says it like that. I
Yeah,
won't.
and not while I'm in there, please.
lots of smoke. Remember, we did this once before, and we almost suffocated.
Mm.
I will say, Eric,
Yeah.
Sturge scampers back and retrieves the bag of holding that he hid.
Make a perception check. No, I'm just kidding. You found it. No problem.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Okay, good. And then I get back to
You're
the
like,
room.
where did
Yeah, so I rolled
leave?
I rolled a 10 total athletics.
Here.
You rolled a 10 total.
It's
Well,
that's
I meant
1
to,
plus
like-
9,
Ah,
just
shit.
FYI.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. What is your ape's speed?
40 feet or climbing 40 feet.
Okay. So you have basically two options. You could take a running start and then leap. It looks like 70 feet.
That is impressive.
Randy, would you hold up the map again, please?
Okay. Oh, let's see here. Boop, ba-doo, ba-doo, boop, 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 ba-doo, ba-doo. Wanna keep
I
it
mean,
squares.
that's assuming you got high
Hey,
enough
please,
on your
please,
athletics
please,
check, and I haven't told you if you did.
You're just taunting.
70. So you could leap to about here.
Well, Moss
probably,
sounds soft. If you like wipe out
Yeah.
in it, then
from the entrance.
Yeah.
Plus, if I fall, I could just like stretch my body out and extend my hand like a bridge, and she could just walk across.
Or you could leap and try and grab onto the ceiling.
I don't know about that.
I think
You said this is caving in,
Yeah, I.
and my giant ape has an intelligence of 7, so I think that's high
Is
enough.
that an intelligence thing or a wisdom thing?
Oh, wisdom 12, even wiser. This monkey is like as wise as Stong normally is.
You keep all your own mental characteristics. You only gain the physical characteristics, I believe. Right?
Okay. But
I think
so
that's the case.
I'm still just gonna run and jump
Okay.
and not touch that ceiling.
Yeah, you do land somewhere in the middle of the chamber. You wipe out in the soft moss,
Do I look
full
cool
of
doing it?
melted bodies, but you know,
How
soft.
far to
full
get?
of melted bodies. Yeah.
Does it clear a path of any sort? His body skidding along in the moss?
No.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna try to fall, like I said, like a bridge with my hand extended, so that she could like walk across my back.
Okay. All right. It's still like, okay. The ape fills with the arm extended, fills up 15 feet. Okay. So
huge.
in about the middle of the space, there's a 15-foot stretch, 3 squares of giant ape. Well, it's 3 by 2, right? Because you're a large size creature. So that's the thing.
Fly, Caleb.
Rogar
Just
shouts,
fly.
"Hey, if you spot Shar's head, can you toss it back here?"
Caleb, you
Oh.
are 20 feet from the ape's arm. Like there's 20 feet of moss between you and the ape's arm. Moss and melty bodies.
This feels like the weirdest word problem ever.
Yeah.
The ceiling shakes, more rocks start coming down. You see cracks spreading up one of the other columns.
Oh man.
Can I
I feel
shout
like
to
this
her?
is a time for thinking over my options. I'm gonna run and jump.
Okay. Make an athletics check, please.
Oops. Sorry about that.
Oh no.
You could do it.
Oh.
Have faith in me because I don't. That is
don't
fly.
A what? What was your result?
a 6.
6. Okay. You start running and you plow right into the moss and face plant into the moss.
Oh, bad time.
Right
Start
next to
crawling.
me.
It would appear that in order to move 1 foot in the moss requires 5 feet of movement. So you can move essentially 1 space in a given round. Or, well, 2 if you take the dash action.
Wait,
Mhm.
5 feet of normal action for 1 foot.
5 feet equals 1 foot of movement.
All right, got
Each
it.
space is 5 feet wide, right? So it takes 25 feet of movement to get through 1 space.
Okay, did I get any closer?
Yes, you got 1 space closer. Well, actually, you got 2 spaces closer because you were taking the dash action. So
All right, well, I guess
there
I'll-
are still 2 spaces between you and his arm.
And I don't want to interrupt this action, but I do want to say that concurrent with all of this, I'll maybe
Yes.
go and talking to Coinboy, but I don't want to.
Oh,
so we can
okay.
come back to that. But just in case, like you start to say the roof collapses or something.
Yeah,
I wanna
yeah,
make
yeah.
sure
Well,
the
let's
timing of it-
let's pause and Kayla struggle through the moss.
struggle
you go-
through the moss,
You
struggle
go
through
talk
the
to the
moss.
guy. Okay.
Also, Sturgis cramming all those books and maps
Oh,
and
yeah.
things into the
Nice.
bag of holding.
We can take them with us again.
Yes.
Marcelea has climbed down the rope and she is looking around a little bit wary. All right. So, Rogar, you're going to go and talk to that guy, huh?
Right.
All right. He is cowering in the cell
Right.
underneath the cot. Like,
that's it. Lad, I spared your life, and it's time for you to help.
He's startled.
Aye. It's
help,
all right.
help you?
Aye. Help yourself. We need to get out of here before it collapses.
Okay.
So, how did you enter?
There's a tunnel. He points to the tunnel where you originally came in.
Okay.
He
all
says
right,
there are tunnels that lead off somewhere over there.
Okay. All right. Well,
And he's kind of out of it. If you want to try and calm him, that might help.
I don't have calm emotions, but I'll give him a nice shoulder massage, and I'll say, "There, lad, it's all right. It's all right. Just breathe. Just breathe. You're safe now."
That sounds like you are doing persuasion.
Sure, that's what I'm doing.
But you are doing it sort of with wisdom rather than with charisma, because you're like in tune with what he needs to relax.
Aye.
So you can make a wisdom persuasion check if you like.
Sweet.
Mhm.
Well, and I'm glad because that was an 8 plus.
That's what
4, so
the skill flexibility is all about. Yeah.
What is my persuasion? Persuasion plus 5 normally. So it'd be probably.
Are you
plus 8.
trained in persuasion is the question.
Aye, that's one of my. That is one of the ones I took.
Great. Then your proficiency modifier applies, as does your wisdom modifier.
Right. So 7. So plus 7. So 15.
15. Great. Yeah, you do relax him. He goes, I thought we were all going to die. And then you hear the ceiling starts raining down. He's like, oh, maybe we are all going to die. Maybe the Sharans were right.
No, I don't want to alarm you. We're safe from the vampires and everything. We just need to get out of here before, a rock falls on our head or anything.
Well,
untoward like that,
there
so-
was a tunnel, and I was blindfolded through part of the tunnel, but I know it's over that way. You want to hold up the map again?
Aye, sure.
So
Nothing
you
to
see
go
that
backwards.
main central area where his finger was pointing?
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple of tunnels leading up from there and down from there. And he says over in that area. So one of those tunnels.
Okay.
He says, it should be easy. We can just walk over there, right? Right?
Well, it'll take a bit of doing, but we can make our way over there, I think.
Actually,
is
and Kalis should turn right or something, or left.
It's like
Just tell her,
5 feet
go
away
that
from
way.
Stong's hands. I'll just.
Oh.
Okay, so it has now been 2 rounds. Sturge, you have mostly jammed everything into the bag of holding.
Okay.
Would you like to put any of the furniture in the bag of holding?
No.
No, you would not.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going across the jungle. Is that the idea?
Welcome to the jungle.
I'm the DM.
Brandon.
Don't ask me.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking.
Have you come out and told us that we
Yeah.
need to head toward those tunnels? Or are you still chatting with your handsome fella?
Rogar.
At the beginning of round 3, Rogar comes out of the cell along with the guy.
Okay. I'll say, well, who's thinks they can plow their way best through this growth to the? I mean, does Stong have the ability to dismiss it once it's summoned? I guess
No.
So
Oh.
I mean, I got my warhammer. I can start like just trying, bashing my way through or whatever.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't have any effect.
If you slap me, I think I can trigger my Misty escape to get on the other side.
Oh,
It
nice.
doesn't help anybody else though.
Oh, that's really creative.
I'm out of slots for Misty stuff, but Misty escape traps triggers when I get there. So
So
that's
the
how you can get me
I
over.
could sacred flame it, but we've run into problems with that.
the hireling guy is clinging to Rogar's arm.
Maybe.
Okay.
There, lad. It'll be all right.
All right, so I'm
The
just going to
rats,
ask
can we make the
people
rats eat it?
individually what's going to happen. Well, no, the rats are either gone or dead because they could not have
Dead rats
survived the
don't eat
sickening
moths.
radiance. Okay,
Do any of the guards like that fell or stuff? Did they have swords or sharper instruments that we could use to cut our way through?
Can we fashion stilts out of their skulls?
probably, but
Whoa,
they're
arts and crafts
very
time.
deep in the chamber.
Aye.
Okay, so I'm going to go around and ask people individually what they're doing. And we're going to go in the order that you're on my screen. So I'm not sure it makes sense to anyone else. So Stong, what does Donkey Stong do first?
So does it if he sees that Kalis is sort of like turning away, or he heard that
Kalis
his
is like
teammates-
making her way through the very, very difficult terrain.
I'm not actually turning away yet because I don't know about the secret tunnel yet.
Right.
how high is the ceiling?
The ceiling in here is 30 feet high. The ceiling in the other chamber is only 15 feet high. This is a much taller room.
If I stand on the top of the statue, that's the leftover part, could I touch?
There isn't really enough space between. Well, if you
'Cause I'm a
stand on
huge
like the
beast.
plinth that the statue was on, yeah, you could do that.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get on there and like hold up the ceiling. Maybe it'll buy us some time.
Okay. Make an athletics check, please.
Get out of it, Atlas.
All right, I'm gonna retire the dice that rolled a 1. Oh, 14 plus a 9 is 23.
Okay, you're holding up the ceiling, somewhat.
Stronger than Shar.
Cecilia.
Okay, so Artemisia can dimension door her way out of here, right?
Mhm.
And so I know that, and I'm not going to worry about her. I I mean, I guess that Misty escape is my only actual plan. So I'll be like, Artemisia, slap me.
Well, I bet Marcelea would volunteer to slap you.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Marcelea. Oh,
Yeah, she is standing there looking a little bedraggled.
Okay, then I'm gonna do this instead. Actually, I don't think I could. I think I have to tell her to slap me. I don't think I could just insult her because I think that slapping me would probably be tacky.
I mean, couldn't we ask if she can do something to the plants?
Actually, that's
That makes way too much sense.
She doesn't have her spell book, though.
does she?
Oh, right.
Okay.
She might have some spells prepared. You're not sure what they would be.
Yeah, she had rope trick.
Mhm.
Okay.
She can
Well,
kill
I
the
think then
plants
that's a wise
creatures.
thing to do is just say, "Hey, Marcelea, do you have anything to deal with this?"
That's very unpleasant. I can
You don't wanna
light it
walk
on
through I don't
fire.
wanna walk through it. That would
But-
burn all the air in.
Yeah, we would all suffocate.
So not that.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Artemisia again. Artemisia is covered, and I'm going to take a quick survey of the people around me. And I think actually, if I tell the coin lad to slap me, he's probably the one who's going to be able to do it. And
Actually, he recoils from you
for real.
because he is terrified because you just liquefied like 24 people.
I say, slap me or I liquefy you.
Oh,
No.
He looks at Rogar for guidance.
Oh my god.
You
Rogar,
are
Yes.
slap me.
Yeah, your
I'll say-
intimidation was really successful on this guy.
I can't get across unless somebody smacks me.
I'll say you're safe. Just think of it like one of the things I'm sure some of your clients have asked you to do at the fest hall, and
Ah.
just slap her.
I only need one hit. I only need 1 point of damage. That's it.
Real good. It's an exchange of services. Just think of it like that.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm sorry about this.
that's fine.
He deals you 1 point of damage
Okay, that triggers my Misty escape.
because he has no strength modifier. It's just
Okay, that is
Game in the rules.
how far does that allow you to teleport?
60 feet.
oh,
perfect.
nice.
Does that get me on the other side of the
Randy,
mold?
would you show us that map?
I knew
please?
that was coming. Let's
So
see.
we're going to assume that she is kind of at the entrance to that upper chamber. Yeah,
If you
I think
count diagonals, she could just get right there. I think.
yeah,
Oh, nice.
she gets right there. All right, you end up
All right.
with your
Oh.
feet in the moss, so you're still in the moss, but you're
All
right
right.
next to empty space,
Okay.
I mean, clear sewer area. But when
Thank
you
you.
get there, you find a person
Oh no.
Oh,
standing there,
no.
well, kind of cowering there.
Oh, okay.
And at first, you're like, "Oh, it's just a cultist that I missed," but then you realize that it is one of the Night Mask's guards,
Hmm.
Shit.
and
Um,
he holds up his dagger toward you.
I got my rod out.
You can still take an action, in fact, because
Oh, I
that was
can.
a reaction to do that.
Do you have charm left?
No, I don't. I only have cantrips, so I can blast him. But
I
I can
only
also just
have
use
death.
I can use good old fashioned persuasion or intimidation, perhaps. He does seem a
could.
little scared up already.
hmm What are you gonna do?
So I'm gonna say, if you want to live, you're gonna show us the way out of here.
Make an
And we're all
intimidation
gonna hope
check.
that I roll good. Oh, I rolled so good.
Oh, nice.
19 plus 8. 27. Wait, no,
Nice.
yeah. Ugh.
I do want to live. He he
My
carefully
guy.
puts the dagger down on the floor.
Away from the dagger.
Smart man.
Pocket the
Everything
dagger.
shakes around you. And he says,
Hold up a second.
This way?
Wait 1 second. And then
Yes,
you guys jump over here.
yes, madam. Okay, so Rogar, what are you gonna do? You and your coin lad there.
Well, and also Rogar, I was just thinking Artemisia can take somebody who's smaller through Dimension Door, and I would think that Rogar might qualify.
Your size or smaller. So a medium-sized creature or smaller.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, get in the bag of holding.
Put everybody in the bag of holding and
Stick
Dimension
everyone in the
Door.
bag of holding.
Is that going to break the reality?
Nothing
of
could go
this rope
wrong.
Trick?
Nothing could go wrong, no.
Marcellet says that's actually a good idea.
I feel like I feel responsible now for the coin lad in a way, and so I'll probably
We should
wouldn't
probably
abandon
ask
him.
his name.
But I will also I will say though that I can give you the guidance of Sharinlar to bless whatever action you wish to take. So if anyone requires it, so it gives you an advantage on your savings throws or attack rolls. So I don't know if anyone. Well, I guess that doesn't really apply here because we're not saving. Or is it ability checks? I can't remember. Let me just double check. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's
Everyone just take
an
a
ability
really
check.
big
Sorry,
breath.
it gives you can have
and
an
then
additional
jump in.
1d4 on an ability check. So if someone was going to use an ability to do something here in the next round, I can give them some guidance. Sharinlar's guidance.
Does Caliph have to make more athletics checks?
I'll just run around and touch
Not
everybody's forehead.
Really.
Blessing
You
of
don't need to
Sharinlar
make
on ya.
checks
Blessing
to
of
get
Sharinlar
through
on
it.
ya. Blessing of Sharinlar. Blessing of Sharinlar. Everyone's still here. So Artemisia, Marcellet, Sturge, and I guess that's it. And Coin Lad. I'll give them all.
When you do that to the coin lad, nothing happens.
Oh.
Well, actually, like there's this feeling of pressure, and then
Mhm.
like there's this dusty webbing that appears on his forehead, and he kind of
Dead?
brushes it off,
Weird.
and then he looks at you.
Is he undead?
Is he like a thrall?
Is he a doppel? I don't know. Okay. Is he a buggle-wump?
He says,
Is he a heretic?
Oh,
was something supposed to happen? Did I do something wrong?
No.
Oh, no.
You didn't do nothing wrong, but I'm just curious. Where do you normally work?
This is the best time to have a conversation.
He says, in dock ward.
In Dockwood.
Shakes, more stones fall down. Marcellet says, hey, the bag of holding idea was a good idea. You and Loverboy, get in the bag of holding.
All right. Why don't you climb in the bag of holding and hold your breath? It's called the bag of holding because you have to hold your breath.
He says, okay. And he puts his foot in and just like stomps the bag down onto the floor.
Oh.
He can't go in. No, of course
It doesn't seem like he can go in.
Okay, something
course
wrong
you
with this
can.
guy. You get in, Rogar.
Interesting.
He pulls his foot out and it's covered in this dusty web. Like a spider laid a web around his foot, and it's been there for several weeks, and now it's covered in dust.
Does Erin know what this is? I see her.
I don't. I
okay.
have rampant.
She has
suspicions.
suspicions.
But
Lore
Cecilia
bot.
is just like,
Like,
what is the hold up?
Like there's an
Shar-
alarm
Shar's not
going
like-
on Lorebot's head right now.
not like another name for loaf, is it? They're different, right?
Mhm,
Yes,
I'm getting
both are
in.
different.
Oh, okay. So,
All right, Sturge, you get in the bag of holding?
Yep.
Okay, Sturge goes in, no problem.
Oh.
It is cramped and claustrophobic in there.
I
It's
get
very
out the
dark.
I get out the little fire globe so I can read one.
Oh
of these
yeah,
maps.
there's the hand with the purple flame.
Mhm.
So it's not entirely dark in there.
Oh,
There
there's
should also
also one of
be-
the ever-burning torches in there still.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
And a really
The-
old ration.
Yeah, and a really old ration. It's like a very small, like a storage closet.
Get in here.
All right. Anyway, so Rogar, you're still talking with your fellow there. Artemisia, what are you doing?
So is the plan that I will take the bag of holding myself, or I will take a person that is carrying the bag of holding?
I think
Probably.
you're taking it.
So Marcellet puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "I believe in you." And then she climbs into the bag of holding.
What?
Wow.
What was that?
Yeah, what?
Who are you? What are
We
you
will
doing
only
there?
survive. We will only survive for about 2 minutes in there. Then.
All right. Well, Artemisia is not going to hang around. So she's going to well, she can't put it on yet. She's going to hold it out to Rogar and be like, Rogar, get in. And she's going to turn to the coin lad and be like, look, I don't know what you got going on, but start going through the moss now and do what you can.
He starts going through the moss.
Does he?
Giving the best chance you got. All right, Rogar, get in the bag.
All right. Well, if he's going through the moss, then I'll get in the bag. Aye.
Okay.
All right.
So now you, Marcelea, and Sturge are all crammed into this little storage closet.
Sturge offers Marcelea a mint.
Oh.
And Artemisia is not going to hang around.
Marcelea takes that mint and hands it to Rogar.
She's going to
Well
burn sorcery points so that she can cast another 4th level spell.
Okay.
And do Dimension Door. And before, it was at a moment of maximum emotional sort of she was just I do this thing and I don't understand. And now you can, not that anybody's there to see it, but in her face, there's sort of initially she's channeling that emotion, but then you see that she kind of gets this sense of almost enjoyment as she's oh, that's how it works. And and then she casts it. So there is that moment of kind of happiness. And where she aims to come out is not immediately where Cecilia ended up, but a little bit back behind into that corridor there.
Okay. So at the foot of the alarm statue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, Artemisia appears there. Near Cecilia, so within Cecilia's field of vision. Okay. Caliph, you are still making your way through the moss.
Quick clarification since I wasn't here last week. Oh, we all leveled up?
Yes.
You are 7th level, yes.
Did we get the 4th level spell slot thing?
You did, yes.
Are these considered magical or non-magical plants?
They are non-magical plants now.
Awesome!
I love that.
I can blight them!
Yay!
Okay,
Only, to some degree. I don't know how much it actually blights them.
let's do it.
It says it's a 30-foot range, and I just touch, and then it instantaneously just withers.
Nice.
So
Ooh.
so it's kind of you see Caliph crawling through, and then halfway she stops, and she's like, "Oh, right."
So
It'll make it easier for the coin lad too.
Yeah.
The coin.
So this where
web touch. Okay, go ahead.
are you aiming your spell exactly?
Probably to get as much
You're about there.
of a.
so-
If I'm right there, it's get as much of a clear area for
Okay.
towards the door.
So this mold is really well overgrown mold and moss and part of it just withers, turns gray, and crumbles in a diagonal line leading toward the doorway,
Nice.
which Cecilia and Stong, you both have a very good view of, because it stops right at Cecilia, and then Caliph comes walking through very quickly.
Nice.
Does it happen to
Should have thought of that
expose
sooner.
Shar's head?
Oh yeah, was there a head around anywhere?
Roll a d20, please.
Oh, I can tell this is going to be the most significant thing that happens in the entire game.
Is that perception?
No, it's just kind of a luck thing.
Okay, 13.
Die of fate. Die of fate.
Okay, you didn't come across the head.
Bummer.
And okay, that's been everybody. So then round 4, the ceiling starts collapsing. So I'm going to need everyone who is not in the bag of holding to make a dexterity saving throw, please. If you are in the hallway, as are Cecilia and Artemisia, and now Caliph, you have advantage on your saving throw.
Okay.
It's a dexterity thing for you said?
Dexterity saving throw, yes.
Oh Ooh, I rolled a 20.
Good thing I
21.
had it. 15.
Okay.
18.
Good.
21.
How did Stong do? on that
21.
Yay,
Oh,
twinsies.
Excellent.
Yeah, drinking age in America.
This
How'd
guy
the coin
is
lad
either
do?
really nice
That's
to me
close.
or really garbage. So I
So,
hope
so
midnight.
rocks start falling. Okay. They do 18 points of bludgeoning damage to anyone who failed their save. Only 9 to those who made it.
Oh,
I see.
And what was the cutoff for
What?
making it? Sorry. I missed that.
15.
Okay.
Did the coin lad make it?
You hear him cry out, but he is still
Does-
moving through the moss.
If you
Does
can
he
cry
find
out,
Shar's head?
Randy, roll a d20 for me, please.
Randy.
What are you gonna do with this head?
I swear to God, I got a 20. Let me see if I
There
can.
you go. Hallelujah.
I'll just,
Look
I don't know how I
you're
can.
gonna use all our
Well,
good
give us
rolls
a
up,
head.
and then
I
it's gonna
know.
be
I,
like,
I
"Now you
swear.
fight
I
Nightmare."
swear to God, I got.
Give us the head, Eric.
Okay, so he tripped over something. And then he comes up and he's holding this stone head of Shar, right?
Wow.
And now he's like trying to get through the mold. Okay, Stong, what do? You're still you kind of like started making your way toward the entrance, I guess.
Oh, but me holding up the ceiling.
Oh yeah, you're holding up the ceiling. That's right. Yeah, that's why it didn't collapse last round.
Do I feel like the pressure against my hands, like I'm actually like doing something important?
Oh,
Yes,
Sense pressure against my hands.
yes, it is escalating.
I'm gonna hold my action and wait till everybody clears, and can I make a dash action at that point at the end of the round?
Is the coin lad?
You
within
would not
range?
be able to do that. You can hold an action. Okay, you can hold the dash action so that you would dash at some particular trigger.
When the coin lad? No. When who's the furthest away right now? Is it?
It's him. It's
Oh,
I think all the rest of us are out of the room.
yeah. Everyone else is.
But he's
out of
holding the
immediate
head.
danger.
And
Can
Rogar
you
really
like grab him and then run for the door?
Do it King
Like,
Kong
dash through
style,
the door
swing
then?
on the falling ceiling. I'm sure it'll work.
I'm just afraid the ceiling's going to collapse, if I try to do anything to it. So I guess, yeah, the trigger will be like when the coin lad arrives at the rest of the party.
Or it's
I'll take my dash
almost there.
Oh,
Okay.
no. Oh,
Caleb,
no.
can you lightning lure him and drag him in? Is that possible?
Will that help?
I think so.
It would actually.
Yoink. Come on,
Okay.
non-standard
Third
usage
storm
of
with
spells. Let's go!
Are you gonna try?
Yeah.
Okay. Make a
It
roll.
has
For all
a,
we know, he's some kind of spider.
well, it has
I'm
it
just
has a
saying.
15-foot range.
He's 15 feet away from you. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Make a roll.
That is an 18.
Nice.
Your lightning extends around him, and when it touches him, it evaporates,
Oh.
leaving this dusty web around him.
Oh my
Very
god.
What's wrong with
anti-magic.
you?
Very anti-magic.
I feel like this might be a thing for an Arcana check, possibly.
Yeah.
Caleb?
Yeah,
Caleb's
you
amazing.
can
Do
make
an
an
Arcana
Arcana
check.
check if you want.
Can Artemisia as well?
Artemis, you can't see it.
Oh, okay.
You're all the way down the hallway.
Gotcha.
Cecilia can, if you
Arcana
want
check.
to.
21.
A lot.
You got 21.
Yep.
Wow.
Well, his
No.
contact with his body definitely broke the magic. It kind of looks like it unraveled it somehow.
Is this like a secret night mask leader or something? Like,
Are we
He
actually
looks
saving
just
the
as
Night Mask
confused as
leader?
you do.
really?
Anyway, so he's still trying to make it through.
Okay, do we have a normal rope?
There's a normal rope in the bag folding.
Everybody has 50 feet of rope in their adventurer's pack.
Well,
That's
Stong,
standard equipment.
Stong
I didn't bring my
specified
purse.
that there was only a moldy ration in the bag folding after Sturge had taken the rope out. So there's no adventurer's pack. You all left your stuff at home for some reason.
It's really fight people in the arena while you're also hauling around a bunch of junk.
Exactly.
True.
That's why you usually put it in the bag of holding.
And they charge for lockers there, and it's not okay.
That's right.
It's crazy. The
Capitalism.
price of a beer is just getting insane at the arena.
Okay.
You just want
Well,
to start fights in the street.
does anyone want to
Okay.
take an action to rescue this guy?
Well, I mean,
Bueller? Bueller?
I
so
would, but I don't know.
Artemisia has a dispel magic.
Have we gotten out of the bag of
But-
holding?
You may-
and we're on
maybe
the
you
other
should
No,
side?
look
you're
them
all
up.
still in the bag holding.
Just holding my breath.
Go
You
over
just
and
like
open
turn
it
it
up.
upside down and shake it.
Well, that's what she's doing on her next turn.
Can I turn
Okay.
it upside down and shake it while she's figuring out how to dispel it?
Well, Stong went. The coin lad guy went. Kalith went. Cecilia. So you want to you snatch the bag of holding and dump it out. Okay,
I'm
everyone
helping.
comes falling out of it, along with a lot of papers and books,
And
one
Starts
coil of rope,
doing them
and
again.
one very old ration,
Thank you.
as well as a bunch of
Nobody
potions.
suffocated.
Now,
Okay.
I keep forgetting to do the potions thing, which Sturge acquired last time when he went off on his own. So there are a bunch of potions. They're all in a potion belt, though. So the potion belt just falls onto the floor.
Rogar doesn't want to say Sturge is definitely the one who farted while we were in the bag of holding. I'm just saying. That was-
There are seven potions, and one scroll case that's kind of stuck through one of the loops that a potion would be attached to. Potion belt can hold 10 potions.
Are any of these get the heck out of here potions?
You don't know.
Uh,
Sturge
Well, I
doesn't know
assume they're
either.
Sturges. Why don't you know what you have?
I haven't had time to, have Mirren look at them.
Steal things with labels on them.
Pro
Well, if you inspect the potions, there are several. Most of them are in either metal or glass vials, right? There are several that have the rune for healing potions on them. That doesn't mean that's what they are. That's just what it says they are. One
right.
of those, like it has that rune, and then like it's surrounded by a red circle.
I am drinking none of these.
The other ones are all in glass vials. One of them is red, one of them is purple, one of them is green.
Maybe
Like-
Marcy
like
knows
light
what they
green.
are.
She says, well, given time, I could figure out what those are.
Okay, we don't have a lot of that. We need
No,
to
we
get
do not.
Rogar's new
Why are we
boyfriend.
standing here? Don't we
Because
have
Rogar's new boyfriend is taking forever.
Oh, of course.
My what?
Your boy, the guy. Nobody asked his name, and I don't know what to say now.
He's
She says, this is
definitely
what
not
we'll do.
legit, but, yeah.
She casts a spell.
Andy.
Rogar, you feel buoyant. You start lifting off the ground.
Oh,
And Marcelia gives you and points to Sturge and says, the rope, please.
Here.
Okay. She hands the end of the rope to Rogar and then gives him a gentle push. And he starts floating back into the room.
Oh, like an astronaut in space.
Macy's balloon.
Lucky.
I-
Sturge is
Oh,
like,
like a float.
didn't you
float
pick
for your
me?
float?
I would have gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rogar, you are now levitating over the mold
Aye.
with the rope in your hands.
Okay.
Go tie it to him.
Aye.
What?
all
Well,
right,
first of
so-
all, do you
yeah, so
do
I'm-
anything with the rope, or do you just hold on to it?
I'll just hold on to it, and I'm like
Okay.
doing like I'm trying to swim through the air, like, and
No, it's not doing
Oh,
anything.
no,
But you
no.
have this momentum.
Is he gonna ride you like you're the magic carpet?
Well,
G13.
you come toward the guy who's holding the statue's head under his arm, and he's like, huh.
right, and so yeah, I'm reaching for him, and
Make a dexterity check.
Can we just leave this
Wait.
guy?
When he touches magic, it goes away. So maybe you should like give the rope to
Just
him.
lower
Give
the
him
end of the rope.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna assume you all shout that at me. They're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like, no, get on the rope!
Same
I'm like,
time.
oh, I do. Oh my god. So I wasted that roll on the Shar head. I got a 2.
All right,
So-
you go floating past him, and your hands like brush against each other, and they're like, no.
Just
Well-
drop the rope. He'll pick it up, right?
But if our hands brush against
Then
each
I
other,
don't know
like,
how
does
it
he
feels.
cancel the levitation spell, and then I fall on top of or next to him?
That'd be terrible.
Yeah, that's what happens.
No.
You
Okay.
you
Well, no,
fall
because
on,
now they're both
Teacher,
next to
we
each
didn't
other.
get
you
homework.
No,
fall
now they're
on
both-
top
now
of
it's
them,
great.
poof, and
They're
now
both,
you're
they're both next to each other.
tangled
Right, so-
together
No,
with the
fair.
rope
Good
between
point.
you.
So yeah, so I'll tie the rope firmly around my waist, tight, and I'll grab onto him, and I'll say, "All right, pull us back."
Okay,
Alright, and the
Artemisia's turn.
4 weakest characters are here. Whoa.
Is-
Cool.
Well, so
Come on, if all 4 of us, we can do it.
the bag
right.
has been dumped out, and everybody's all like at the corridor. So she's gonna like go up so she can see properly what's going on. And so Artemisia also has lightning lore.
My spells.
Marcelia
mean-
says,
Troubles of 3 casters.
if you're going to use any magic, you have to use it on the dwarf,
That's what I figured.
not on that weird boy.
But like I feel like Artemisia is not okay with using any magic that would cause damage on her friends right now.
I think that means you pick up the rope.
We'll all help you. Power of friendship and all that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So there's an end of the rope that's like back here.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
It's kind of spooling outward as Rogar went floating away.
well, she's definitely going to grab that then.
Okay.
And I think I gave Artemisia and Sturge and +4 like ability check thingy.
I think you did, yeah.
That ain't going to help her strength, but
Aye.
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
that's true. She could roll really well. She could roll a 20 on her strength check.
Can we
I wouldn't
also-
count on it.
Can we all pick up the rope like tug of war
Yes.
Yes,
style?
yes.
Was that the bless spell that you cast on them?
No, it was
Brandy?
guidance.
Guidance. Okay, so I think guidance gives
cantrip.
them advantage on a
I thought it was.
what is it?
I think you
It's-
add a die 4 to your ability
okay.
check.
Okay. All right. So you all want to pull on the rope together?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to need you to make a group check. So each of you makes a check, and then the DC is at a certain level. And if more than half of you make it, then you succeed.
Okay, and what kind of check
Oh,
are we
nice.
making? Athletics?
It's an
Or-
athletics check, yeah.
Not that that matters for me. Oh, I didn't make it. I rolled a 4.
Oh, I did not
I died.
roll that badly. So
Excellent.
that's 16.
Okay. Kalith?
Aelith got a 0.
Oh, 0.
Oh,
Way to help, team player.
Oh no.
Sturge
She
got a
rolled
5.
a 1 and
Oh
the modifier
no.
is -1.
Wow.
Like, Stone, get over here!
Hold it.
Okay, so Artemisia's like, I got it.
Is
Oh,
Sturge
man.
helping?
Yes, I rolled a 5.
Wow.
Artemisia heroically pulls the rope, and the rest of us are like, it's rough.
It hurt my
Wow.
hands.
Strength is not our strength.
Not on this side. It's you two goofing
Yeah, I
off
get
in there.
Okay.
Is Marcelia doing anything?
She's looking in horror at what just happened.
She's like, Marcy, help!
She's
Man.
thinking about what to do.
My stepmother
All right.
doesn't pull on things. Sorry.
So it sounds like everybody acted because you were pulling on the rope.
I'm
So,
tough tonight.
I'm going to need everybody to make a saving throw against the falling ceiling.
Oh no. Is it Dex again? Yeah?
Yes. If you
And-
are in the corridor, you have advantage on the save.
Oh, good. I might have to
Oh
roll.
boy.
And do we get the guidance again, or was the guidance a one time?
That was a one time.
Guidance was the
Okay.
one-time thing.
roll the 10?
10.
Holy crap! What are you doing, dice? So that was a 20 and a 19,
Wow. All right.
Amazing.
natural 20. So
Yeah, okay.
slightly more than that with my dex.
You're fine.
Apparently.
Rogar got a 15.
Galeth got a 15.
16.
Rogar, let me ask you this question. Do you cover the coin lad with your body to protect him
With
from
my
the falling
shield, I'll
stone?
hold him with like one arm and hold our shield.
Okay,
over
so
the
you give
both
him advantage on his saving throw.
of us. Okay.
Okay, a huge rock still does hit him, and he falls unconscious.
Oh no!
Okay,
those
so-
of you who
Right?
got a 15 or higher, you take 14 bludgeoning damage.
Oh no.
Those of you who failed that save, you take 28 bludgeoning damage.
Guys,
28.
that's all. I'm done. I'm done.
Oh.
Cecilia, okay, a rock hits Cecilia in the side of the head. Blood kind of trickles down her head, and then she goes, "Hey guys."
I also need to make a Constitution roll to see if I concentrate on my spell to see if
You
it's broken.
do? Yes.
So that would be a 16. And you said it was 28?
How much damage did you take? You took the full 28
I took
damage.
the full. Yeah.
Okay. Then
That
your
was
DC
fast.
was 14, so you succeeded.
Yes. I'm still in monkey form. Okay, good.
I'm gonna, and when the boy goes down, if he's knocked out,
Oh.
I'm gonna tie the end of the rope around, like, I don't know, around him, and tie the end around the head of Shar as well. Just create a little chain.
I just realized that D&D Beyond didn't have my hit points right, but I'm just gonna roll with this, and if I die, I'm just gonna be a really angry ghost because I messed up on my math.
But I
Yeah.
can
Well,
get to you. I can, like, at least stabilize you.
Hey,
as a giant ape, I have 157 hit points, so I'm fine.
Okay.
Wow.
The
Like, not even
ceiling,
funny.
That's very nice for you.
you are pretty sure the ceiling is going to collapse completely at the end of this round.
Shit.
So,
Oh god.
Okay, so
Stong, go. I'm going to go in order. Stong,
Okay.
go.
Sturge hasn't
Um,
gone.
Okay, so how far am I from where the group who's pulling the rope?
Randy, would you hold up the map again, please?
Aye.
So he's in the center of the room,
Okay.
So the
and that
room
would
is,
appear to be
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
50
from the
feet.
center.
50, huh? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You like jump, grab the rope on your way past it, and then just keep dragging.
So I think that, well, I have to do a dash action. No, I guess my normal movement is 40. So I could get to a point where the ceiling would collapse on me. And technically, I have this orcish endurance. So I'm wondering how much I could game the system to not die. But that's what I think I'll do. I'll try to save my friends. I think Stong would try to help his friends. So he is going to move his base speed of 40, get to the people with the rope, and then just like yank the rope and try to bring Rogar and Corn Boy.
Are you going to try and leap above the
Coin
difficult
boy.
terrain? 'Cause you can try and just standing long jump it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
What could go wrong?
Make an athletics check.
Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. 19 plus 9, 28.
Yay!
Nice.
So this giant ape comes landing right there at the entrance to the corridor. So that was your movement
Gracefully.
to get there.
Yeah, okay.
Holy crap. How-
And then I'm gonna use my action to try to yank on the rope.
Make another athletics check, please.
All right. It's a 14.
Okay. Yeah, you pull them through the moss. Rogar, the rope which is attached to you, right?
I said that when the boy when I quickly wrap it around him and around the
Okay. So it's pulling both of you
Aye.
through the moss.
Aye.
You get a face full of the
Hey.
molding grossness.
Yeah.
Hey.
Pull it.
Web.
And then they pull you to the entrance to the tunnel.
Oh, think Sharindlar. All right.
Okay, Cecilia, you are unconscious.
Can I make a?
Roll a death save, please.
That's a 13.
Okay, you are still okay. Rugar, you can take an action now.
I'll do my construct spare the dying on her to stabilize her.
Okay.
I'm all allowed to heal in spells.
Cecilia, you now no longer have to make death saves because you are
Awesome.
stable. Artemisia, your
I
turn.
appreciate that.
So everybody's they're being pulled by Stong, right? So she's
Into
no
the
longer
corridor.
no longer needed on the rope.
Figure out which of those potions is a healing potion. Your conscience sounds weirdly like your sister.
Actually, yeah. I mean, if Cecilia is like conked out and like blood from the so
Not a good look.
Artemisia will take a look at the potions and then roll Arcana or Medicine or whatever.
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Okay. Die runs away from me. What is it? It is 16.
Okay, you are reasonably certain that the potions with the healing rune on them are healing potions.
Seems reasonable.
And the one with the red circle around the healing rune is a more effective healing potion.
Well, she is all laid out, so Artemisia is going to use the most effective one and go
okay.
and pour it down her throat.
All right, hold on one second. Cecilia, make a saving throw. No, just that did happen in a previous adventure. Stong decided to try a potion of poison. So, okay,
I'm still alive.
you are still alive, although it did knock you down to, I think, 1 hit point.
Yep. It's a close call, Fox.
You haven't stuck anything weird in your mouth in a while. That's surprised you haven't tried to taste the moss or something.
I'm wiser as a giant ape than I am.
Your mental stats
Yeah,
are
Rogar,
the
how's that
same.
moss tasting?
Oh my god, it's not good. It's no.
Spoiled.
That's like
Does it taste like it was fertilized on melting flesh?
it's like a Papa John's pizza. No, just
Wow. No, it is definitely like vegetables that have gone off.
Aye.
And then were left in the drawer much longer than they had gone off. So let's see. Wow, that was actually quite effective.
Oh, good.
I
love that.
Cecilia, you regain 18 hit points.
Okay. I sit up. I am not fresh as a daisy, but I'm not dead.
That's true.
Not dead is good.
Okay, Caliph.
So everyone's safe right now?
Well,
Ish.
the main chamber is collapsing, but there's still rock coming down from within the corridor.
As established, you can definitely get hit really hard where we are.
Yeah.
So we should move.
I guess
I'm
she's
still-
going to
I'm still
she's
in
gonna
danger,
help
I
start
think.
shovel all the scrolls and books and everything back into the bag of holding.
You too. Oh my god.
Okay.
Practical.
It's going to be illegible because it's been like
Okay.
stomped on the ground like 3 times. You're going to get it out.
Well,
and you're
okay,
gonna, like,
could you,
carefully
like,
dig it out.
Shovel for her action and then move.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Caliph grabs a bag of holding, shovels stuff into it, and then moves down the corridor. Past you all. Sturge, your turn.
Did she get everything?
Well, she got a lot of things.
All right. So Cecilia,
There are
is-
just papers and books all over the place. She got
Oh,
a bunch of
shit.
them,
Oh man.
and then she's continuing on.
All right. I'm for my action gonna collect the rest. And
No, you're not. You're gonna collect some,
okay.
but it's just a mess. Like it would take you at least half a minute, 5 rounds to pick up all of it.
Oh, okay. Maps are being maps and ledgers are being prioritized.
All right, you get some.
Okay. And then now Cecilia's on her feet, right?
She's on her back on the ground, but she's conscious.
Okay. I'm going to can I give her a hand up?
Sure, you can
Yeah.
help her up.
That would use half my move to help her up, and it would
Yeah, okay.
and now she doesn't have to spend half her move to get up.
Correct.
Okay. And then can I drag her with me for the other half of my move?
Well, I think you mean haul her with you.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Because
Leave
you did just help her up.
Well, and so
You're
there
like,
was
I
the
helped you
guard,
up.
right?
Ha! Okay.
There was the guard who was going to show us the way out that Cecilia was talking to.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he booked it the second Cecilia got knocked unconscious.
Oh, dang it.
With,
I'm
yeah,
I mean,
could
he's
anybody
not very far from you, though. I mean, he's
Oh, okay.
just
That's true. We could
continuing on through the
just
corridor.
chase him.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
can
gonna-
just chase
Just
him.
like lightning lure him to force him to stay with us.
So I'm gonna bring her with me as far as I can. How far can I bring her with the rest of my movement?
You
50.
can move her at half your speed.
So another 7 feet.
Well,
then
if
I'll-
you use your cunning action,
Well, I was going
then-
to use that to go catch this guy. No, I can't do that. Yeah, I'll just use my cunning action to dash both of us.
okay.
Nice.
All right. So, Marcelea is going to help Artemisia away from the falling ceiling. She just says, come on, we gotta go." I'm just helping you along. Okay. Now the ones that are still close enough to the room to take damage from the falling rocks would be Stong, Rogar, and the unconscious other guy.
Coin boy.
Coin boy, sure.
Conrad.
So
Conrad the coin man.
No.
Nice.
Oh,
I like it.
Stage
the-
name.
Yeah, the chamber. Okay, I'm just gonna write down Conrad now.
Conrad.
Parentheses,
Coin.
stage name.
I had a name for him, but I think Conrad is better.
Nice,
So,
nice.
the chamber collapses. I'm gonna need you two to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Dun, 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 dun. Are you kidding me?
Not that great, huh?
Oh no, it was awesome. I mean, when I add my dex bonus, I got 7. So
I love how we're all like, no, really, I rolled a 20 because like if you didn't, we all do the same thing. We roll, we're like, damn it, like don't worry about it because we all react to our dice before we tell you what it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I rolled an 11. Just hit me, Eric.
Don't worry, buddy. I got this.
I don't. Oh, no.
That's not reassuring.
No. It should not be.
You know, for such a glorious end to last session, it's really gone to sort of an ignoble scrap.
it's like doors, windows, and now ceilings. It's just like those are our worst enemies.
Well,
It's
it
so
might have
sad.
been easier to like get all of us out if it wasn't for like statue heads and books and paper.
Yeah.
Yes, this
You
is
know.
a lesson.
Yeah. Also, I'm sorry about the plants.
Okay,
That was
so
helpful.
what'd you get on your saving throw?
11.
11. Okay, you did make your saving throw. You only needed a
What?
10.
Wow.
Wow.
Rogar, because you're far enough. Well, you're in the corridor. Did you roll with advantage? Because you have advantage if you're in the corridor.
We're all in the corridor, right? Oh,
Well, roll
got
with
no
advantage then, because that might make a difference.
No, Rogar, no.
I got a
Poker
1.
face, Rick.
Why? Yeah. Don't you need a 20?
It's so hilarious.
What's a laugh of triumph?
Stong,
Yes.
Stong, you take 22 bludgeoning damage.
22 was the success.
Rogar, you take 45 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my
Oh, I brushed that off. No, I'm down.
Oh
I'm
my
down. I'm
Boom.
down hard.
Okay,
Oh.
22 Constitution save is going to be a 19. So I
What does
believe-
that put you at, Rogar?
What does that put me at? Like,
Yes.
like in terms of how negative?
Yes. Because
Uh,
you could have instantly died from taking that much damage.
all right. So you said 45.
I did.
So I don't know. 45 minus 18. Whatever it is. So 35. 20. Yeah. Right.
27.
27.
And your maximum hit points are what?
65.
65.
All right.
That's right. We're all gawking at it.
Lucky.
Okay,
Ugh.
so Stog, you kind of stagger away from the
Oh.
collapsing tunnel, and then you realize that Rogar is not with you, and you look back and you see Rogar lying there, half buried in the cave-in, covered in blood and dust.
Stong is gonna literally go bananas and then like run up to him and then start like ripping bricks away. And
We have those other potions, but so whoever has them in their hand.
Just bring
Like
him.
about-
We're gone, I think, aren't we?
Yeah.
So bring him.
well, yeah, so Stong's gonna gently pick up his tiny body,
Okay.
like, cradle it to his chest.
You find
still
Conrad
tied.
the coin lad underneath Rogar.
Yeah. I'm still
Rogar
tied to
had
the
thrown
coin
himself
board.
over Conrad to save him from
You're
the
so noble.
collapse.
Is Conrad alive? Okay.
Miraculously, yes.
Wow.
I'm gonna lift Conrad to his feet and then like gesture him towards like the rest of the
Oh,
group.
he's not conscious.
Oh, I see. I see.
He's just
Okay.
not dead.
Another each arm.
You nudge him and he goes,
Yeah, I'm gonna cradle them both. So I'm
He
gonna,
has failed one death save.
Like
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna lift Rogar first. I'm gonna let the two of them like stay like combined, and I'm gonna lift both of them to me while they're still like hugging each other.
Okay.
So then I'm going to bring
You
them
hug
to-
them, hugging each other to you.
Yes.
Oh,
and I'm gonna
Sturgis
gently
goes and
bring them.
hugs him.
Okay.
Group hug.
It's a group hug, really.
So you
Hugception.
crouch down. How big exactly is this ape?
I'm
Did you
a
say
huge ape.
huge?
Yes.
Okay, you are squeezing to get through this corridor.
And most importantly, the head of Shar is dangling from the rope, tied around. Boy's way.
So
Most importantly.
oh
you're
my god.
hugging him. I'm hugging both of you. Sturgis hugging me. Okay, let's go.
Well, the head of Shar is like between the two of them. It's like cradled between them.
Swinging, smacking
Like
him.
some
Bam,
kind of
bam,
weird
bam.
baby thing.
Aye.
It's weird.
You know, I tried to make this a touching, sweet scene, but now it's just getting weird.
Mm.
Let's get
No,
him
no,
to
no.
safety and feed him some potions, all right?
I saved my companions from falling doom, from rocks falling. It's touching and sweet. No.
I was going to make a comment, but this is PG-13, so
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
about
So,
Shar's head and
You haul them out of there. The Night Mask was actually pretty mobile because he has cutting actions, so he just
Mm.
got away. But you can tell that he went to the northern corridor.
Cool, so we
that's
go
the way
there.
you go. All right.
Yes.
So you head.
He said he
onto-
doesn't want to die, so
Yeah.
that seems like the way to not die.
So you head into that corridor, and there is a long, narrow corridor that Stong cannot fit into.
If you change back, are you just going to fall unconscious because of all the
Oh
damage
no.
taken?
I have full, well, near full HP.
Okay.
So, Randy, would you show them the map again, please?
Okay. Is Stong caught up to us? Sorry.
He comes as close as he can, but he can't get in that northern corridor.
Okay, but we
Okay.
can
It's
see
too
that
small
Rogar and Conrad the coin lad are both.
in his arms.
Yeah. And we have potions for that.
You do have healing potions, yes.
Okay.
Man.
Tell Stong in Monkey to put them down and then change back.
I put them down, and then in Monkey, I reply, "Can you grease me up? See if I can squeeze through this corridor. I'd like to stay in this form."
Marcellet is like,
What?
no.
Does she know what he's saying too?
Maybe.
She just is grossed out by the monkey.
No.
Okay, so just like to have it said, I don't know. I can roll to see if Artemisia would think of this or not, but maybe we shouldn't waste a potion on Conrad if he's just going to neutralize it.
Yeah,
Oh,
good idea.
That's a good point. We don't.
Rogar, since you are still unconscious,
But wake up, Rose.
I'm going to need you to make a death save, please.
Oh no.
Aye.
We should definitely get Rogar.
At least you got
We
that
need
one.
Rogar to wake
Also
up.
made
He's
a
not
death
going to
save.
let us leave that guy.
If Stong feels Rogar die in his arms, it's gonna be like the worst day.
You
least I got that one out of the
feel,
way,
You
but
feel
this time-
Rogar start to like tremble.
Oh
Right, so I got
Um,
a 2.
Pour a potion
Okay,
down his throat
yeah,
already.
one of us is going to
Yeah.
definitely do
Wait,
that.
hold on. You rolled a 2 or you got a 2?
I rolled a 2.
All right, so you didn't roll a 1.
No, I was
right.
just saying. At least
You
I
do-
rolled the 1 last time, so that's out of the way. And then I
You
rolled.
do feel Rogar start to tremble like he's having a seizure. 'Cause
I like
he's
start like
Potion.
significant head trauma.
and then like
Potion.
pointing at him.
Who's got the bag of holding?
Caleb.
Caleb does.
Healing.
She's doing the potion.
I'm pouring.
He's already on
potions.
it.
Okay, so you want to give a healing potion to Rogar?
Yep.
All right, 1 second.
Sturge is going to creep stealthily up a little ways up that hall to make sure that guy isn't like. See if you can get a look at that guy.
Oh.
You could have
make
just
sure
said
there's no
Sturge is going to
reinforcement.
move because we assume Sturge creeps everywhere.
Okay.
And he
Like the
creeps.
Grinch.
Yeah.
He's creepy.
Rogar, you gain 9 hit points, so you are at 9 hit points.
Oh, nice. Good.
Let's fight the vampire. I'm feeling good.
Still the unconscious Conrad. Okay, Serge, you crept up the corridor. This is what you find. So there's a 20 foot by 20 foot room. Wooden shelves line this small room, stocked with basic foodstuffs, spare torches, and clothing. The mixed scents of cedar, mothballs, and vinegar is sharp in your nose, as well as the wafting, burning, moldy smell from the previous chamber. And it also, this room is full of dust, and you choke and trying to breathe it. You almost stumble into some small hissing creature and realize that it is a black cat, which is collared and chained to a ring in the floor center, given a certain amount of leash to reach most of the room, but not leave the room. The cat regards you with big luminous green eyes.
Kitty.
And
Rat patrol.
okay, no sign of the dude.
You know, cats look
Eric
like
as a
little
cat.
vampires.
I love Eric as a cat.
They
Uh,
have socks.
No sign of the dude.
okay, no.
The cat is mostly black, but has little white paws, like
Oh
like
my
socks.
god.
Let's save him.
I'm gonna cast
We're just picking up all kinds of strays.
detect magic and scan the room.
Okay. Yeah, nothing seems to be magical except for the purple burning torches. There's one on the wall near the entrance that you came through, and one on the opposite wall illumining another passage.
So no magic on the cat.
The cat seems to be a totally normal cat.
What do cats act as a deterrent? Like in the Mummy,
Mice?
cats were a bit. Oh, because the foodstuffs. Interesting.
So if a person
Lots of
can-
rats underground, yeah.
I love
So
how
if
you
a
went
person
over
can
to
survive
that.
in a bag of holding for 10 minutes, how long can a cat?
You don't need as much air. That's fair.
All right, my turn's up. I'll wait for everybody.
Okay. We're kind of out of combat, so you can just act at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna look for a secret door.
Okay, make a investigation check.
Stalling's gonna revert back to normal. It was such a
Uh,
glorious polymorph.
13.
That's amazing.
Puss.
Can I
You
see if I can track the guy where he went?
Yep, make a survival check.
Whoops, sorry. Survival. No, I got a 1.
Okay, no.
I got a 13 on my investigation.
You're pretty sure that he went through the opposite door, but you don't.
There's another
There's
door in
another
here?
door.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
It's that too.
The opposite entrance, yeah.
Distracted by the cat.
All right, I'm gonna listen at the door, and I mean, is
It's
everyone
an
catching up?
it's an open doorway. It's not an actual door.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll go creeping up there. Is everyone? I want to wait for everybody though before I go in.
Okay, we're down trying to figure out what to do with Conrad, right? Because we don't think he's gonna necessarily take well to a magic healing potion. Can you carry him?
So first off, head of
Conrad
Shar
is
and
looking
Lar,
very, very pale and
Or, sorry, head of Shar.
not too well.
Can you
head of
Rogar-
Shar into bag so that we can
Fair.
stop
So we
with
can stop
dragging the
dicking
statue head
with the
around.
head of Shar. Okay, so can you stabilize him? Can one of us stabilize him?
So
I
there's
I have
this
medicine.
there's this gust of wind
No,
that
Stereo
blows
didn't
the
do
dust
that.
out of the hallway and out of the room that you're in, Sturge.
Ah,
You realize that Marcelea blew the dust out of the way so that you could breathe more easily.
Oh, nice of her.
He's useful.
Just a
Says,
real
I
Marcelea.
didn't
I'm a
come
terrible
prepared
person.
for a dungeon delve. I'm just doing my best.
She's
Gust
being
of
really
wind.
nice.
Right
It's creeping me out.
on.
Yeah, it's suspicious.
So Artemisia has a dispel magic. So if
Okay.
she did that on Conrad and it worked, then maybe then we could stop worrying. But the thing is that I don't know that Artemisia cares enough about Conrad. She just cares about Rogar, and Rogar clearly cares about Conrad.
Did I hear
So-
somebody say they were doing the medicine thing?
Yeah,
I have medicine. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you
So
ask
Yang Yang
him,
is working
Rogar will tell you.
on Conrad.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
He cares about life. He cares
That's a
about-
4.
Yeah, sure
You know,
enough. I think
healed
he
him.
has head trauma.
Yeah. I turn
Can
back
I
to
make a medicine check?
Yes.
I
I
turn
mean,
back.
Cecilia's medicine check might be here's some vodka. Let's see what happens. That's an 18.
You give him some vodka
goodness.
and he goes, "Puh."
Oh, nice.
Oh, he's not dead.
Oh,
Vodka and a slap.
I feel like a building fell on me.
Because it did.
That sounds accurate. All right, we should probably move.
Yeah, I'm going to send a message back to them, and I'll say to Artemisia, I'll say the way's clear up here to the next room.
And she will convey that.
The Rishemi booze. I forgot. Anyway.
The cat hisses at Sturge again.
Good kitty,
Cat.
nice kitty.
I was going to say make an animal handling check, but it doesn't sound like that's your intent.
Caleb, so when Caleb sees the cat, she wants to try and pick it up and put it in the bag of holding.
Okay, make an animal handling check because that's literally what you're doing.
And she actually does have animal handling.
Oh yeah, because she has a horse.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Cats are a lot like horses.
It's a buddy for Dumpling.
Well, Dumpling is kind of a prima donna, so
Black cat for Caleb.
Natural one.
Oh
Sure.
no!
Oh,
It's not cats.
The cat attacks you.
Don't worry, you look great with an iPad.
She neighs at the cat.
Oh my gosh. All right. The cat rolled an 18 to hit you. So
Can I?
Is rabies
I'm
a
asking
thing?
this separately
Hold on.
while you're doing
Gonna
what you
get
do.
a
Can I talk to the cat?
yes, talk to the cat.
Okay.
What do I want to say? to
Caleb
the
is
cat?
unconscious.
Oh,
yeah, the cat
That knocked you
the
out.
cat does
Oh my
the cat does 1 point of damage to Caleb.
god! Apparently we had our one unaffected episode.
Oh,
That's it.
triumph.
Oh,
Such
it is
triumph.
just comedy of errors.
Forget the vampire, please.
No, we're still cool.
Wow.
We're still cool. Like hundreds of people are watching us.
So the cat slashes Caleb across the forehead, and like blood starts trickling down her face, and she goes,
Oh,
just
Caleb.
We
faint.
just need to get like
Sturge-
20 feet out of this place. Like,
Sturge
come on.
just
And then
looks down at her.
the cat with Caleb's blood on its claws looks up at the rest of you like, yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah?
I'm gonna
Did this-
say
Can Rogar sort of knock the ring
Hold
out
on.
to the floor or something?
Hold on. So
Okay.
Aaron's gonna do a thing.
Can I
Okay,
ask
Cecilia.
the cat, what is your problem?
Oh,
Mhm.
The cat looks. So you hear Cecilia making cat noises. The cat looks up at you and tilts his head to the side and says, "I'm trapped here. I'm gonna die."
You didn't think the people with opposable thumbs could maybe get you out if you didn't kill their friends?
Yeah, but why would they? People with opposable thumbs aren't nice to me.
Oh my goodness. If
Are you gonna be nice to me?
that was my plan
Why are you talking like me?
because I'm amazing.
You're not bad for a tall person.
Thank you. You're not bad for a four-legged person who slashed my friend's face open.
Because I'm amazing.
Yeah, okay. Do you know how to get out of here? Can you
Yes.
smell the way out of here?
Well, if I weren't attached to the floor, and then Rogar like clong breaks the ring.
Nice.
See? I told you.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, you have to wait a second. Don't run off without us.
What's in it for me?
Fish.
Okay, fine.
Okay, stay there. We have to fix
Wow, wheeling and dealing.
Just try the medicine check on Caitlin.
Okay.
Well,
Make a check.
did she use both
heal
potions
Caleb?
on
We can just use-
Rogar, or
we
is
can-
there one potion left?
I can just heal Caleb. I have heals.
Oh.
There
Oh.
is. I think you've only used one of the actual healing potions.
No, we
You
used
used a
the
greater
let's,
healing
uh,
potion, and you
and then
used
you
a
used
normal
one of-
healing potion.
Well,
There's
let's
still
save the
two
potions,
healing potions
because I
left.
still have 4 cure wounds at level 1.
Oh.
Good.
So, okay, so I'm going to cast 1 cure wounds on Caleb. That's going to be a 3.
Okay, Caliph, you have
Cool.
3 hit points.
Yay.
It's good enough. Good enough.
Good enough to run.
Do you need more?
Hope we don't run into a
As
rabbit.
long as we don't
or
run into
something.
more cats, I think she's good for now.
Okay, I'll use one more on her. One more. That's another 3.
That
Rolling
cat,
so good.
that cat is so psyched. It's like I just killed the biggest bird ever.
Oh,
Technical question. Did the cat level up?
Maybe.
I asked the cat what its name is.
Bird Slayer.
The cat looks up at you and says, "Cyril."
Okay, Cyril. I think we're ready to go. Help us get out of here. And there's fish. Guys, also, we need to stop and get some fish, I think.
Okay.
What was that old ration that we had in the bag of holding?
Is it sardines, maybe?
It's a dried fish.
it's old
I
and
don't think
moldy.
Canon
Yang Yang can
technology
tell
has
us that
reached the
he's the
realms.
one who created the.
The ration.
I mean, okay, technically I just bought it out of the book. Let me
Roll a
see
die.
what it says. It consists of dry food suitable for extended travel, including jerky, dried fruit, hardtack, and nuts.
That jerky could be
Jerky?
fish. Why don't you roll a
Could
die?
be
Roll a
fish
die. Roll a die.
Did I
Did you
roll?
buy it in Westgate? Westgate sells a lot of fish.
I did.
It's entirely possible that it is
Don't
dried
let- guys,
fish.
Don't pay him up front.
Roll
Yeah,
for it.
no.
There's
roll
no
for
Okay, I'm
reason
gonna roll
Let's
for
get
it.
out of here.
to deal
Hold
with
Just
on,
get
hold
out of
on.
here.
No one's
I rolled
giving
an
it. No one's
18.
giving it to the cat yet. It's just that we don't have to buy fish. We have fish.
Yeah, we
You
have
rolled
dried
an
fish.
18. That is fish.
Okay. The room trembles, and Cyril says, "Well,
All right.
I think it's time to go." So
Right.
the cat
So-
meow 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 at
Okay.
Cecilia, and then kind of like bounds off down the
Right.
other corridor.
Let's roll.
Okay,
So we're
gonna
following
follow
this
the
cat.
All
Following
right.
the
So
cat.
you kind of limp your way through down this corridor as the complex keeps
Oh.
collapsing behind you.
Investigation for traps in that final room.
You didn't find any.
Next.
Okay. You follow the corridor, the little passage, which it's very narrow. It's 3 to 5 feet wide, so at times you have to kind of like move sideways and squeeze through, particularly for you very large people. Stong, for instance. Rogar, also, you're very broad.
Artemis should just turn sideways and it's like,
Uh,
because
yeah,
she's
so-
flat as a board.
As Stom moves through the hallway, he looks down at Rogar. Big people problems. Am I right?
Nate.
Anyway, and eventually the passage terminates in a loose grate, like a barred grate that has been pushed open and
Our
left
great
against the
bard
opposite
goes
wall.
through the bard grate.
And beyond that grate is the sewer.
Oh, I've never been so happy to see a sewer.
I know, right? It's like, oh, good.
And is that a good time for a break? Because
And that is a great time for a break. So we're going to do the interview +1 at the end of the break, and that's going to be in about 5 or 6 minutes. And after the break, we're going to find out the consequences of part of the city collapsing.
Oh,
And
no.
No,
the,
what if it was under our house?
It's under your house.
regulars are going to get back home and see what's going on
Your property value.
No.
and spend more time with their new cat, probably.
Hmm.
So don't go away. We're going to see what has befallen the city. And mods, please run a poll for who's going to join me for the interview +1. We had Yang Yang last week, so it should be one of the other 5. And other than that, don't go away. See you in about 5 or 6 minutes. Hail and well met. Welcome back to the Westgate Irregulars. Here we are for the interview +1 with Aaron M. Evans. Yay! All right. The other irregulars are hiding and taking their rest, and we're a little bit late coming back to the interview, so I'm just going to get right into the questions. All right. This is a question, I guess, for both of us. So I have a question. In your time playing D&D, who was your most memorable character?
How do you pick?
I don't know. It is very hard, isn't it?
I feel obligated to say the version of Farida that I played, but honestly, that was probably one of my more boring characters at the end of the day. So it was fun to make her better in a novel. I don't know, she wasn't bad. I played a Warforged character once who had was one of the Warforged that just sort of appeared on the streets of Sharn, one of the after the war ones, who was found by a halfling sorcerer who had kind of snapped and believed because of the mark on her forehead that she was the reincarnation of his 6-year-old daughter who died in the war. So she believed she was the reincarnation of a 6-year-old halfling girl. And that was entertaining, but it was not the kind of game where I got to do a lot of fun backstory stuff. The DM was very combat to combat, and so not a lot of that got to be played with, but I still really like it. I would have enjoyed putting Luca too into a book.
I've had a couple of cool characters over the years. The one that I'm thinking of was my extremely flamboyant drow thief named Rylathar. And he had a very specific accent, which wasn't the drow accent. It was just his own made up accent. And I'd remind myself of what his accent sounded like by saying his name, Rylathar. And that was just how he spoke all the time. And he spent most of his downtime establishing a network of thieves guilds in every city that we visited. It was really funny. Let's see. Okay. Question from G1 Ant Dwarf. You know, giant dwarf with a 1.
Posted some very cute Havilars in the chat, and I had
this is going to be a question about Havilar. Specifically, it is your thoughts on quote unquote Havilar the Planetar.
I think it's very fun. I think Havilar would probably enjoy thinking about having that kind of power, and also what could she fight better with the glaive if she was also a Planetar.
Excellent.
As that is where her thoughts always run. How do I turn this into an advantage when fighting with the polearm? Or how do I look fab doing it?
So the next question for Aaron, is Cyril your new familiar, perhaps? And are the Irregulars his new family?
I think that remains to be seen, because I feel like Cecilia is going to defer to Cyril's wishes. But also Cecilia still has Jigs, the wolf, and has a certain loyalty to Jigs, and unclear how Jigs and Cyril would get along.
How do you
But
think?
yeah, we are already kind of a complex found family that doesn't always get along. Star keeps stealing stuff. So adding one more. I mean, we have Jigs and Dumpling, and they don't murder each other. Dumpling being Caleth's slightly homicidal horse.
That is true. Okay, another question about Cecilia. How vexing is it when you hear someone call Cecilia a warlock?
Why would anyone call her a warlock? That's a really strange rumor. That filthy lie, honestly.
I mean, just hypothetically, totally tangentially.
Totally
the key to a good con is never to get emotional about it.
Why would you even get emotional about this?
Exactly.
It's irrelevant.
It just doesn't mean anything. All right. Okay. A question about Erin. If Erin lived in the realms, what deity would she follow based on interests
Oh
and
my God.
personality?
That's so hard. I feel like given the realms pantheon, I would be inclined to be the kind of person who worships the god I need on the day I need them. Because I think, like a lot of polytheistic religions, they're all specialists, and so there's somebody there for everything. I have pointed out in my books, for example, like Shar is kind of there to take your grief and your loss and your depression, and the danger is really in kind of feeding her that, overdoing it and thinking you have to stay there. Like Asmodeus will tell you he's the god of happiness, right? He just wants you to get what you want. Like even the evil gods are kind of like there for a point. So I hesitate to be like, oh, I would totally be a devotee. Now, who would scoop me up off of the fugue plane is a wonderful question. At this point, I kind of feel like I'm in danger of Asmodeus being like, thanks for the PR, babe. You're coming with me. So that's
time
like
for your
hopefully that's
reward.
a future Aaron's problem. But yes, I also really like Selune because I think there's a lot of like sort of distance and mystery there, because she seems like one of the gods that has a bigger, broader plan, and there is more going on, which is handy when you're writing and you don't want anybody to be too clear about what they want.
Nice.
But she's one I would, if I had stayed, I would have done more Selune, I think.
And her moods wane and wax, like the moon. Okay. Next question. Oh, this is a good one. Who does Cecilia trust less, Illyra or Lilton? I think Shay herself asked us that
I
question.
feel like choosing is really doing both of them a disservice.
Mm.
But at this point, definitely Lilton. She would not say she trusts Illyra, but Illyra has done more to sort of acknowledge she has not been trustworthy in the past. That maybe she shouldn't have stabbed certain people.
Maybe not.
And yeah. Lilton is absolutely dangerous, and Artemisia should not be dating him. She could do way better. He seems really gross.
Fair enough.
He's just pretty, and then people stop thinking about it because he's still pretty.
Okay.
Clearly he's trucking with demons or something. I don't know.
Oh, you'll find out. All right. A question
knows.
from me.
Doesn't know.
Did Shar notice her head getting taken? I can't say. That would be telling. Yes. All right. So, and then
you shouldn't be so attached to material things.
A general D&D question. What, if any, character concept have you wanted to try but never had the opportunity?
Like in playing D&D or in
I guess so.
things in D&D?
Well, it's not really specific, so interpret that how you will. That's from Magic Tiger 1983. Oh, it's a good year.
Novel-wise, I never got to write my Amnesiac Warforged story, so that would be fun. Actually, I had a vague notion of an Eberron novel, and then I became the Eberron editor, and then I can't edit my own novels, so it died a swift death. But there was a sorceress who, now that I think about it, was also Cecilia-ish. For playing, I don't know. I have for 5th edition, I've played the Warlock and the Paladin and the Fighter, and I liked them all. I'm helping some kids play D&D for the first time and watching them. Let's see, we got a ranger and a wizard and a rogue and a fighter. And the rogue is interesting. I know what Steven's like calculating all this time. So maybe I try a rogue. I've never played a rogue before.
Having played a rogue, I can give them some endorsement. They're pretty fun.
You know what else? I've never actually played a Dragonborn, and that seems a crying shame.
That is certainly an irony. I have wanted to play a necromancer for a while and have not successfully done so. I can see Emily getting like, oh yeah, even though the rest of you can't see her yet.
Did you get very excited when Aiden entered the game? Because you can kind of sort of play him.
I mean, it has given me some space to try out some things. So yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see if I ever end up playing a necromancer.
Nice.
Yeah, my closest opportunity was recently. I joined another online game, and the DM was like, "Yeah, play whatever you want. Probably a caster." And I'm like, "Oh, I could play that necromancer, or I could play my fire dragon sorcerer," and that's what I did. So that's working out pretty well. All right, that's it for our questions. Thanks, Aaron.
Okay.
Thank you, chat,
guys.
for asking those good questions. Come back with questions next week for our interview +1 that week, and we're going to get back to the game as soon as that all comes together. And we're here. You heard the mysterious voice. All right. So the Westgate Irregulars have successfully escaped the collapsing sewer bordello of Shar.
I forgot the grimmest orgy ever.
Yeah.
And then you melted them.
And then you melted them.
They're
Well, for
forever
all you know,
entwined.
they were into it. So.
They were a suicide sex cult. They just got to the suicide a little faster.
Oh my goodness.
Ew.
All right. So you are
Orgy,
you're in the
porgy, pudding, and
sewers.
die.
You have spent enough time in the sewers that you kind of have a sense of where to go. But you're in an unfamiliar part of the sewers. The water is rushing kind of quickly in this area.
Can I see any
Generally
I vote we
northeasterly
jump to-
direction.
I vote we stumble out of the sewers, beaten and bloody and haggard and tired.
Ah,
There an
Okay.
exit
Okay,
I have
somewhere?
survival, so I can maybe try to use that to figure our way out.
Is Cyril still with us?
Cyril is still with you.
You can ask Cyril if he can tell
Well,
us. which way
now
to get
Cyril
out.
is padding at the sewer floor, like,
If you can go in the bag.
If he doesn't, I
Why
will,
are you
I
in
will
the
offer
bag?
to carry him if he promises to keep his claws to himself.
All right. He hops up on Cecilia and curls up on her shoulder.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm going to
Aw.
ask him if he knows which way we should go. Can he smell the way out? Or does
I
everything
can-
smell like poo?
Everything smells like poo, but I think the water is that way. And he points with his tail.
Okay.
Do I
Sounds
see
like we go that
tracks?
way to the docks.
Are there any tracks from the guy who went ahead of us?
No, it's just muddy and greasy and gross.
Okay.
All right. You follow where Cyril directs you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. You come very quickly to a grate overlooking a waterfall, which is where the river Thun falls into the Sea of Fallen Stars.
Okie doke.
So
Hello,
uh,
Cyril.
at the
Directions
east end
to-
of the city.
How big of a drop is this waterfall?
In older times, as recently as 10 to 20 years ago, it was a 30-foot drop or so, but now it's only like a 10-foot waterfall down to the water.
It's fortunate we didn't take a time machine.
Fine.
Yeah.
We can all survive 10 feet, right?
Thanks, Thundering. Okay. So, yeah, and
Just rained a
the
lot.
grate appears to be like several of the bars are broken out, so you can climb through.
And the grate is ahead of us or above us?
Ahead of you.
Okay.
It comes out horizontally, and then the sewer water flows behind the waterfall down into the lake, into the sea.
Anybody have any spell slots to bust this thing open? I
Well,
guess I
we
can
can,
try
we
out
can
the
climb.
casting
We
it.
can
We
climb
climb through.
through.
Oh, is it? Can we get
Yeah.
through it? I'm
You
so
can.
sorry.
So
Yeah, it's
who-
old
I'm
and
still in
and
blasting mode.
it's old, and several of the bars have been filed off so that people can climb
We
through.
are not the first to have this idea.
It probably wouldn't be obvious that you could get through the grate from outside. Like if you were looking
Okay.
down at the grate, you'd probably barely see it behind the waterfall.
Who has the worst athletics or swimming ability here?
I presume.
I feel
Hmm.
fairly confident in that presumption.
Yep.
I mean, I'm
'Cause,
not saying the rest of us aren't going to roll dumb, but
Because I think Stong, he has his mariner's armor and he can offer it to one other person so that they can swim well.
Well, I'm a dwarf in mithril plate, but
Should we use the bag of holding again?
Yeah, bag of holding's a good idea.
Yeah,
Give
let's
to
do it.
Stong,
Stong.
keep your
Get back
armor
in the bag.
on. Swim us out of here.
This dog's already stripping down. Can't stop him.
How many of us are
Any
there?
excuse.
There's
Marcelea is
Marcelea
watching like,
and Cyril.
and Conrad is like,
And
"Oh,
Conrad.
yeah."
Oh, I forgot Conrad. Okay,
Yeah.
so
I'm sure
that's
Conrad will survive, right?
it's like Conrad, you're not in our survival team.
By my
Oh.
count, there are 9 people, including Cyril, Conrad, and Marcelea.
Wait a sec. Would the whole thing
Minus
fill up
Stong,
with
because
water
he's gonna
though?
Carry it, right?
Would the
Minus
bag
Stong.
fill up with water?
It would.
Yeah, maybe that's not such a great idea.
Oh. All right, let's just try swimming.
Well,
can,
the bag can only hold 500 pounds too, so you can't necessarily get everyone into the bag.
Okay.
So I
Well,
can enhance 2
I mean,
people's
Artemisia
ability.
weighs like 26
Swim.
pounds, so
That's a good idea. Enhance Artemisia's.
I'm going to enhance Artemisia and Caliph.
you guys are negative, right? Okay. Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
But so probably like a strength check because we're looking at athletics.
Yep.
So I'm going to give both of you bull strength, so you have advantage on strength checks, and your carrying capacity doubles, if that matters.
Okay.
All right, that's the
Do you
last.
want
of
to
my
just
second level
dive out of
slots.
the grate and swim?
Do we have out of curiosity a Cyril solution? Because I feel like his promise not to claw me is going to fall apart if I jump in the water with him.
He says,
good point.
I don't like water.
Okay, but otherwise you're gonna stay in the sewer. Would you rather stay in the sewer?
There's water in the sewer.
Yeah, it's sewer water or it's river water and then no water. Those are the 2 choices.
Well, let me see. He bounds down from you and over to the grate, and then he climbs out through the grate and kind of like up the slope.
Okay, Cyril solved his problem.
Can I follow him? Is that something I
So
can climb?
we don't have to go down the waterfall. We can go like around the side. Is that what that sounds like?
Well, there is kind of a very steep slope that the sewer lets out of. So you could try and just climb back up out of there.
Athletics check A or athletics check B?
Yeah,
Alrighty.
cool. But we have rope.
We do have
You
room.
You do
Do
have
you
a
have
rope.
rope?
Stong could climb up there and drop a rope.
There we go.
Okay,
Yeah,
I guess
do
I'll
it.
try first.
Do that.
All right. Can anybody enhance me in any way? Whatever. I'm just doing it.
No.
So you
We can
climb
just tell you, we
climb
can
out of the
say-
grate.
I can
Uh-oh.
give each of you a
Poker
plus 4 on
face.
your
Poker
ability
face.
checks.
Yeah.
roll, Stong.
This is my. I rolled a 1 plus 11, so that's a 12.
Okay.
So what?
I
So
have an
you don't
expertise
fall.
in
You
that
don't
athletics,
fall.
Thank goodness.
You do. It's very slippery and difficult, but you catch yourself on a rung of like a ladder.
Oh, hey guys! I found a ladder. Did I look cool doing that?
Not on a 12.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
But I mean, the
okay.
DM hasn't said I didn't look cool.
But we all
yeah.
say,
Just assume.
yes, oh, you
Look,
look
well,
I look average.
let me tell you this: the cat is perched up on the ladder above you, and he is looking down at you in a very judgmental way.
I deserve it. But hey guys, here's a ladder.
And then he licks himself.
Okay.
Scans.
Ladder. Good news.
Yes.
Can we just all go climb the ladder? Do you have me check to climb the ladder or?
Yep.
Okie doke.
I'll touch each of you and give you Sharendar's guidance as you attempt.
What does that do? Getting a D4?
You add a d4 to your ability check. Okay?
Mhm.
And is ladder athletics check again or something
Yep.
else? Okay.
You get advantage.
Well, once you've found it, it's easier to climb than the slope.
Okay. Advantage good.
Oh, do we have advantage?
just Artemisia.
shit.
If
and
Rogar
Caleb.
gave you guidance, then you do.
Oh, I thought we
Well,
just got a D4 for.
I gave them bull
Oh.
strength.
Right. Sorry. My mistake.
So advantage plus D4 also.
You didn't
Yeah.
give it to me.
Well, the D4 is added to whichever of the die you take.
So the advantage got me a 7. It would have been a 0 before.
Wow.
So
I'm like, throw those
11.
dice away right now.
How are ladders so dangerous?
Caleb, you slip and slide and fall off the ladder and down into the
No.
sea.
Okay, just to be clear, you did not do any enhancement on Cecilia Stong, did you?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay,
didn't
Cecilia,
Caleb,
believe
you
it.
take 2
7.
points of damage from slamming into the water.
I believed in you.
You're at 1? Okay.
Oh
my
my god!
This is freaking Keystone Cops D&D, guys.
Keep Cyril away from me.
Keep Cyril away.
The cat who's been gnawing on his hand goes like this. Ting.
You know, cats eat dead people, right? Yeah.
Okay, well, the DC to climb the ladder is 10. Who
Oh.
failed?
Is it possible to grab her as she falls?
No. Cecilia, what did you get on
Oh.
your...
I also got
Oh.
a 7.
you also got... Okay, you also slip and fall.
13. Only because of advantage.
You take
Busters.
8 points of damage slamming into
Oh, are you
the water.
serious?
You must
Oh.
have hit the rock while you were coming down, and then you slam into the water. Like Caliph managed a fairly graceful dive. Yeah.
Epic battle against the ladder. This is great. So,
Welcome to the show, folks.
Epic battle against the vampire. Success. Epic battle against the ladder.
This is
Next
so
success.
tired.
DC 10.
well, after the vampire, we are pretty wrong out.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I think that.
I'm
And
losing
what's
it.
up with Coin Boy, Conrad?
Coin lad.
Coin
he
lad.
he looks
Conrad
at
the coin
2
lad.
people having slipped and fallen from the ladder.
So he's conscious at this point.
He
Right.
is.
He got
Right.
healed.
Oh, Stone gave him some, or someone gave him some.
Some
Okay.
Cecilia.
Okay.
Yeah, Cecilia's medicine check.
That's
Yeah.
right. I slapped him and I poured some, I think it's pronounced jeweled, some Rashemi liquor. Because I'm from.
That's right. He basically has 1 hit point.
So I rolled a 19 on mine athletic check, but I wanted
Alright.
to like basically encourage him to go up ahead and sort of make sure that he's like.
Oh, are you just copping a feel?
He
That's
climbs
what
up the
your hands look
ladder.
like they were doing.
You help him up the ladder
Help him up the ladder.
to get an excellent view.
Rogar, you
No,
cat.
I'm not doing that. No,
I love how we're
Oh,
all
yes,
like
you are.
invested in making this happen for you.
Randy,
no.
he's just wearing a robe.
It's.
You can't not see the excellent view.
Uh
Oh my god.
huh. His
I'm
loin
sorry,
lad-
we're
his
just
loin
going with
lad
the
now.
setup that I already established. Anyway, so
He's sorry, no, he's not my type, but I'll definitely help him.
so Rogar is blushing by the time they get
I'm
up there.
bluffing, but I just
Okay, you 2 made it up safe.
okay.
Stong, what'd you get on your check?
12.
12. Yeah, because it's 1 plus an 11. Yep.
Okay. Sturge, what'd you get on your check?
I rolled a natural 20.
Nice.
Oh.
Sturge,
I'm up the ladder.
like spider climbs up the wall.
He's
when
really
he
used
gets-
the ladder.
When he gets to the top, he's gonna do a real look around and see where they are. And if
Well,
anyone-
you're at the bridge over the River Thune.
Oh.
What neighborhood is that? What adjoins it?
It's between the East End and the Dock Ward.
So we're above the dock ward. We're
This is,
You are east of the majority of Dock Ward.
anybody see us?
The docks kind of extend into the East End somewhat past the bridge.
this is close to the Black Boot, isn't it?
Yes.
There you go. There's your landmark.
Hmm.
hmm
Anybody like around, or are we pretty much alone?
Oh yeah, there are people walking on the street on the bridge because this is the middle of the day.
hmm
Well, it's actually early in the morning at this point. It has been some time.
hmm
Well, hold on. Let me rethink that a little bit. So, when you met the doppelgangers, it was midnight. Am I thinking of that
I think
Yeah,
correctly?
it was
it
nighttime.
was dusk, wasn't it? Because the sun
was-
was setting.
Yeah, it was nighttime. That's all I remember.
I think
Okay,
it was, right
it
after
was
sunset.
dusk.
We met them
So
for
let's-
a midnight fight, didn't we?
Yeah,
That was- I mean, the whole thing with the doppelgangers was that we stopped what we were doing because the sun was going down.
All right, it was late night. Well, the sun going down was indicating that you should go to the arena. So
Did
it
take
was
us
it was
6 hours
night.
to cross the city.
That seems unlikely. So it was night, and you went and fought the night mass at night, and I'm sure the ritual was around midnight. So it's probably about the first hour after midnight. So there are some people walking around, but not very many. Most of them are like watch patrols and shady individuals out to do some crimes. And the watch is now looking at you like, hail.
Aye, hail. And Sharinlord's blessing
Hail
upon
from
you.
the water.
Caleb and Cecilia are fighting to stay afloat in the water.
Well, we should put down the rope.
Well, I think Ston would jump in and help one and give the other one his crab hat.
Did you
Like
take
Caleb
a rope
floats
with you?
fairly well. She has all that wing for like surface area to help her stay afloat.
Okay, so Cecilia gets the crab hat.
Lucky me.
Did you take a rope with you?
Oh, I didn't.
Well, I mean,
Like,
we were
did you bungee dive off the bridge? That's what I'm asking.
I didn't say I did.
All right, you just dove into the water.
Yep. Ston
Okay.
doesn't think like that. Friends are in trouble. He just goes.
All right, Cecilia. He puts the hat on you. Are you trying to put the whole armor on her?
As
would
much, I guess, yeah,
quite
sure.
impressive.
It
as
takes
much-
a long time, and that's under the best of circumstances. So I probably what would make more sense is that you just kind of grab her, and
Okay,
then
I
like
just
you
want
can
someone
help
else to wear
her.
the
You
crab
can help
hat.
her swim. Yeah,
Okay.
well, you can
Come
put the
on.
crab hat on her head. It just won't have the same effect.
I
That
like
would
that
be
idea.
awesome.
I just put
Okay.
the hat on her head, but then I say, "Come on, let's go."
climb on.
Marcelea
I grab
levitates herself up onto the
Show off.
bridge. Well, she's
I mean,
not
to be
very
fair,
athletically inclined.
And to be fair, like from Aaron's perspective, that makes perfect sense. That is exactly what a high level wizard should be doing. She should not be climbing up a ladder. Cecilia is still going to think, show off.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, she gets up there. Artemisia is there, and she says, "Oh, that was unpleasant." She starts prestidigitating sewer muck off of her, and the guards come walking over. And she says, "Oh, don't worry, daughter. I'll handle this." She goes to talk to the guards. Do
I am
you know
going to
who I
let
am?
See, that's what she's good for.
Yeah.
And I want to note that normally Artemisia would be doing the same thing, press cleaning, but she is apparently so fine with being like dirty because like she is an adventurer and it doesn't even bother her. Don't you say different? Because she is gonna impress her stepmother by like how good of an adventurer she is.
Wow.
I think this is going to be a performance check.
Yeah. It is not something she's that very much behind because she got a 5 on her performance.
Artemisia's like, I am going to be bold and comfortable in my own skin.
We have no dice rolling poker face.
My skin is covered with filth.
No.
Yeah, like at that point, like a little toad crawls out of her the collar of her gown. And it's just all over at that point. The
At least
guards
it's only
actually
a toad.
the guards actually very briefly talk with Marcelea because you hear watch horns from from east in the city, and you see that there is a huge amount of dust rising over the east end.
Oh, that was in the Shao area.
What do we know is on the east end?
Well, that is where the Shao live, and where the immigrants from the east that have moved into Westgate over the last century or so. And they have a very distinctive, different architectural style and culture that's separate from that of Westgate, the native people here. And they're considered kind of the ethnic minority in Westgate. Anyway, there are people rushing around with buckets of water and trying to aid people in their buildings on fire.
Oh, jeez.
There seems to have been some kind of small disaster in this.
Something related,
city.
right?
No. Innocent people.
That wasn't a load-bearing statue for like the city, right?
That's
We think we need to
Amazing.
speak to the civil engineers around here.
Agreed.
The city
Anyway.
planning in Westgate.
So Stong would like to take Cecilia and help Caliph, onto the shore and then rejoin our friends at the bridge.
Yeah. And I think I described the guards' behavior a little bit incorrectly. They're talking with Marcelea, and when by the time you get back up to the bridge, Stong, they're laughing with Marcelea, and they're like, like this whole disaster is not really even unfolding. They are clearly Chondathan people, and they don't seem to much care about what's going on in the East End.
Are they racist or did they get charm personed? I don't trust anybody here.
Racist or charmed?
Occam's razor seems to suggest one of those over the
I
other.
don't know.
Well,
Marcelea is the last person.
Marcelea is giving them
I'm
is
also
like,
not convinced
well,
she's not a doppelganger. I'm just saying.
I don't want to keep you. Shouldn't you be going and dealing with
Okay,
this? And
yeah,
they're like,
okay.
oh no, it's not really our department. The shall
Oh.
take care of themselves. It's fine.
Okay, so now we push them off the.
Tell
bridge,
us about
right?
all this gold that you have. And she's like,
It's right there in the bottom of the
I'm done with you. And she turns back to the rest of you and she says, well, they're not going to arrest us. They seem to be rather indifferent.
Yeah.
Can we kick them off the bridge?
They go walking off to the west part of the city.
Can we tell them we saw gold down there when we were floating in the water?
Nah.
With your 1 hit point, would you like to make a deception check?
I think we need to get home, and then once we've rested, then I mean I definitely want to find out what's going on, but
I feel
we
strongly
need help in the
obligated.
city we're in.
Yeah, I feel
Oh,
strongly
right.
obligated to
I
save
agree.
the city, but also I'm worried about everybody's hit points at this.
I mean, if
point.
Rogar sees injured people, he would be moved to try and help. But
For his
We're
eyes.
injured right here.
Where's Briar House?
We're injured people right here.
It's
True.
it's
Yeah, we're
kind of
very
in the well-to-do part of the city, which is to the west of where you are.
Okay.
It's in
What-
the opposite direction of the problems.
We'll need to flag down a carriage too, I assume.
Okay.
I wonder.
Part of me's like,
if-
I think Westgate's problem might be in the west part of the city, but
Marcelea says, do not fear. I shall summon my carriage. And she starts casting a spell.
Stong would like to go where Mirabelle is. He's very concerned about her. He hasn't seen her in a long time, and
Oh yeah.
they're dearly.
Okay.
I think that we.
didn't
ought-
she get kidnapped?
We got her
No,
back.
Okay, we got her back. Sorry.
She's sleeping.
I had a hit her jury, so
I think we-
Marcelea completes her spell, and she then says, as she delivers a command, a 25-word message to her servants, and then she harks her head slightly. She's like, "Yes, I roused them from slumber, and they shall be here momentarily, I'm sure."
I think.
Thank you for freeing me from the spell binding. Otherwise, I might have done that much earlier.
Mm.
well, how long were you spellbound?
She seems a little bit uncomfortable with the question. She's like, at least a day, 2. It's hard to tell underground. And the incessant chanting and all the screwing made so much noise.
So you were taken from your after that night mask attack and the
Yes.
inn.
Did
Okay.
you talk with us and tell us we should find your necklace? That you wouldn't go home to father until you got what was stolen?
You mean this necklace? She touches the necklace she's
Oh.
wearing.
So that wasn't you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There was a doppelganger. She was very believable as you.
Do you have some sort of magic about you, Cecilia? I mean, she says Artemisia. She shouldn't say Cecilia.
I was gonna say.
You have some sort of magic about you, Artemisia?
Other than
Never mind. It's not important.
what? No. What are you talking about? That there's a spell on me?
Some sort of shielding spell.
Oh,
Oh, that.
that's from us, right?
Yeah.
From what?
From
Green.
ages ago, from
Yeah.
when Jake's got his disguise
shield
also.
you against divination.
Oh. That's correct. And it wasn't you who and it was the doppelganger who would have noticed it the first time that it was on me when I was speaking to not you.
Huh. Well,
when
if
I
this
was
is a magic of your making, I am very impressed.
Thank you. I did not craft the spell myself, but
Truly. I had been attempting to find you prior to the attack, and then I was spellbound and I couldn't use my magic. But now that they actually attempted to have me find you, and I was unable.
She's just that much of a badass.
What, did they want you for you
I'm
or
sure.
you for Artemisia?
Who knows with ruffians like that? But they did ask me specifically to help them find Artemisia. Well, I should ask is maybe a bit generous. They insisted.
Why did they want Artemisia?
Something about a great deal of coin and wanting to replace her with the doppelganger. I see what you're talking about now.
So Stong would like
This
to
seems very
ask.
related to your terrible boyfriend.
Okay, Rogar, you've headed off to go see if there are people who need help. Is that correct?
Aye.
I
Okay.
think we should stay together.
Yeah.
I mean, within sight of the
So are you
party.
going to stop Rogar from going off to help?
Yeah,
people?
yeah, Rogar.
Hey.
We are all weak, and we are now wanted by the direst foes in this town. We need to stay together, and I would suggest, Stong, that you retrieve Mirabelle and we all retreat someplace central, maybe Mirren's house. Well, she's not really part of this, but we should stay together. I hate to intrude or impose Artemisia, but maybe we could, for at least a day until we've all recovered, stay at your place.
Well, there should be enough room short term. Long term, it might get crowded. We'd have to consider, but to have somewhere defensible, it's very important. In fact, Mother,
Yes.
if you do not accompany us to be somewhere defensible, because they've already proved that you are someone that they would like to.
I shall not
replace.
be parted with you, dear stepdaughter. I shall be coming with you.
Good.
You will not be able to get rid of me.
That's
You
good.
said
That
Pleased
will
with
be
herself.
safe.
It's like this turn of events.
Yeah.
Wait, did she arrange this whole thing? No.
Important
This was all an
question.
elaborate
Whose
long
room
con.
is she staying in?
That's a
This
good question.
is,
Sorry, what was your question, Emily?
Whose room is she staying with? I feel like that's very important to figure out very early on.
So her
1, 2, 3,
carriage
not it.
arrives, and she says, "I'm sure there will be plenty of time to answer those questions shortly."
I don't think there's plenty of time to clean my room. I'm just saying, you've all seen it.
She says, "Don't worry, I can have the servants clean your room."
Incorrect. I will mess it up behind them.
So, on your shoulder, Cyril wraps his tail around your neck, and like kind of rubs his cheek against your cheek.
You coming home with
Cecilia?
us?
He's like, "Well, yeah."
Fish.
I thought
Yeah,
that
you
was-
owe him.
I thought that was
Sorry.
clear.
Oh, where's the fish? Where's the
Yeah,
fish?
I got
where is
holding.
the fish?
Right here.
Okay, I'm gonna take it from you because I just
Okay,
don't even
yeah.
want to start that.
Yeah,
Get
Emily's
to
only
me.
got 1
Right.
HP. Caleb only has
I'll
1
bring it to
HP.
Cyril and be like, "All right, we're square. Do you still want to come with us?"
Is there more fish?
I mean, yeah, probably. We eat fish sometimes. I assume they get it from places.
That seems good.
There's a dog and there's a wolf dog thing in the house. You got to be okay with that. He already lives there.
Ching.
Nah,
No problem. Hey, I took out a blade singer. I can take out a dog.
Oh,
Listen, no
Wow.
more taking out blade singers and no taking out my dog.
Your dog.
Eric,
My dog,
Eric,
my wolf.
Sturge knows, as you know, he did a lot of studying about vampires. Would he know so Sturge is in full-on paranoid mode at the moment, and so he's thinking, okay, the only way a vampire can get into a house is if you invite it. Is it possible?
that is a classic folk legend about vampires. As far as you know, it's true.
Okay,
Did
and
the rations include garlic?
No,
And
well,
Probably not.
this cat.
It's expensive, and you wouldn't get that in Westgate rations.
Oh, it's nighttime.
yeah, it doesn't say anything about.
Does Sturge
that.
remember whether vampires can turn into cats? He knows they can turn into bats, but
Make an intelligence check.
Oh no!
Listen, I'm all
Please roll
about
good.
the like excessive paranoia, but I also think it's kind of funny to imagine in the night masks chaining up a
11.
vampire in cat form.
Does our cleric have detect undead?
it would be 16 if he has advantage for having done so much studying.
Okay. Well, based on your studies, Sturge, you believe that vampires can often turn into lots of different kinds of animals?
And would my detect magic spell have detected that on this creature?
No.
God damn!
You wanted it to be a vampire, huh?
No, we can't bring that cat in until we know it's not a freaking vampire. Anybody here know how to do that?
Marcelea says, what is the problem, Sir Gleer?
Vampires can turn into cats, and they cannot enter a home without being invited. If you invite the cat in and it's a freaking vampire, then
Then we'll kill
we
it.
have
You
a
mean
problem.
that cat?
That cat.
Do we have any pickles? Because if we put pickles in our pockets, a vampire can't stock it.
Wait,
I
Caliph
remember
knows
this.
vampiric touch. If it doesn't work on the cat is a vampire.
But what if
My
it does
God.
work on the cat?
No, then it's gonna get
Payback.
killed.
Marcella.
Okay.
The cat leans up to Satsule's ear and says, what are they saying?
They want to know if you're a vampire or not.
What's a vampire?
Clever cat.
It's a
Take the
tall
cat to the
person.
house
It's
and
one of
put
the-
it in the garden until sunrise.
It's one of the tall persons with the teeth, and they bite people. It's the bosses at the night masks.
Oh yeah, we can just like
They
stick the
wanna
cat out the
know if
window into
I'm-
the sunshine.
They can turn
really
into
briefly.
animals, and they're not positive if they can turn into cats.
They want to know if I'm one of those things?
Yep.
Oh. No.
You might have to prove it.
Can we also show it some
Prove
blood
it.
and like see how
What
it
does
reacts
that
to
mean?
blood?
Do you like sunshine?
I
Anyone
haven't seen it
detect
in
undead?
a long
Anyone
time.
detect
Well, when we
undead?
get home,
No,
we might
I
have
asked
to
that.
visit the sunshine.
Okay.
Because cats like sunshine.
I
but
like
vampires
sleeping in
don't.
rays of sunshine.
Yes, exactly. So
I mean, I used to when I was a kitten.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
What are you
So
saying
he's
to
down
this?
for testing in the sun. He says he likes lying in the sun, so this
Yeah.
will work out.
Mhm,
And if he's
so
a lying vampire, then he'll turn into dust when we do it. Easy peasy.
And he's not invited into the house, right?
I mean, I kind of already invited him. Can you rescind an invitation to a vampire?
You can put a leash around his neck and oh wait, I have some planar
believe you-
manacles.
I think you can rescind the invitation, but you have to write it on paper backwards
Oh.
to disinvite them. That's what I
Marcelea,
heard.
Marcelea is
go home
looking
and
around
breathe
at all
in
of you,
this?
and she says, daughter,
Mm.
you know that I'm a diviner, right?
We didn't ask you for help.
Yes, we are asking for help.
I'm not.
All right, very well.
Apparently,
Sturgis.
Sturgis is, though.
Sturge is asking for help.
Live in mystery.
No,
What
I
was
don't.
that, Sir Gleer?
Would you please determine whether this could possibly be an undead creature, an evil creature, otherwise a vampire?
Her eyes glow slightly. She looks around.
Sturge draws his sword.
She looks at the cat. She looks back towards Sturge. I didn't see. Her gaze catches on Kayla slightly. And then she looks back to Sturge. Says
Ooh.
the cat is not undead.
Ooh,
Or a vampire or some sort of creature. It's simply a cat.
Mhm.
Why'd she look at
Right.
Caliph for a little while?
Because I have beef with the cat, that's all.
Yeah.
Mm.
We need to start to implement the Sturge protocol.
I'm sorry.
Sturge.
What's
Bro,
the Sturge
what?
protocol?
By Michael
Sturge-
Crichton. The Sturge
No one
Protocol.
leaves the house. No servants. No one answers the door. That's how they get in.
Wow, we're sheltering in place.
I'm just
We
going
are.
to say right now that Aaron does not want to roleplay more sheltering in place.
Yeah,
I'd
no,
like to
thank you.
pretend that I'm allowed to leave out.
Escapism,
Either.
please.
Yeah, in our game, let's say.
So the carriage,
Fortunately,
the carriage
Cecilia will
arrives.
not be playing along with that nonsense. And
The
she'll
carriage
be hiding
arrives.
out
Do
the
you-
window.
do you pile into the carriage?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
I also
Island
wanted
carriage.
to see if Marcelea could do her on Coin Lad.
Yeah, what's his deal?
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, hi. I was just gonna," because he was like starting to walk toward the nearest building in Dockward, and he's like, "Oh, you want me to come with you?"
No. He is not
Oh, okay.
in my
No.
house.
I guess no. Yeah, if he's safe, he's safe.
So Marcelea,
Oh, wait, how do we know he's safe?
her eyes glow, and she looks
he's-
at the coin lad, and she furrows her brow, and she says, "No, this isn't working on him either."
Interesting.
What's up with that?
He said, "Who are you asking?"
Or Marcelea?
She says, "I don't know."
So
It's
can I
like he
use
has
my-
the
He's
same
outside
shielding
in
that
the-
Artemisia has.
Could I use my
He
He
bardic
stays outside
knowledge?
in the backyard until the sun comes up.
Also, could I use my bardic knowledge or something to see if I know anything
Sure.
about what's
Make an
going
intelligence check.
on? Okay,
Yeah, I guess it would be Arcana if you have
Arcana.
Arcana.
I do. I'm a bard. I rolled a natural 20, so it's like 23.
Okay. A result of 23 gets you. Well, you know that some people are just very resistant to magic.
No.
Sometimes when magic fails, it turns into this kind of rotted, like web thing. You think that that's the magic unraveling around somebody. Like
The
you think
weave.
that's what it is. You don't know why, or
Oh, okay.
you haven't really seen that effect before, but you think that's what it is. It's just dead magic.
I share that with everybody else.
Weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm satisfied that my concern was just that he get out alive.
He's like, well, I am out alive. I mean, I can. I was just gonna go home.
Yeah,
but
you should do that.
okay.
Go ahead.
Where do you
I
Hey,
live?
Conrad.
Wait,
Look out
so,
for boggle womps. and
Conrad.
be good.
Right.
so Stong wants to give Rogar the 4 Lilton coins, the gold coins, and then he tells Rogar, "You should give this to your friend. He'll probably need something to find himself some shelter and some food, and maybe some medical care."
Okay. I'll pass it along.
You
Say,
give
"Oh,
him the coins. He
I,
goes,
I,
oh wow. Okay. Thank you.
I do
I-
good with
I-
it.
I
Promote
didn't do
life.
anything for these coins. I
That's
feel
not
like
how it
I
goes.
owe you something.
He got
No.
fed.
Very well.
Oh,
You owe us a
yes.
favor.
What's that?
Are you going to give him your address?
No.
Give him your digits, Rogar.
Like I
What?
understand.
When
I
he says that,
understand
but-
if you're tired and filthy right now, but you want to meet up later. I mean,
No. I appreciate that, but just use that money to promote life and help those who need help and spread the word. We'll keep an eye out for the boggle womps.
I get you. He leans in and kisses you on the cheek, and then he
Oh,
says,
no. Okay.
I spend a lot of time at the Black Boot, so if you're ever looking for me, see you around.
Yep. You owe us
And then he
a
heads
favor.
off.
Stong gives you a little thumbs up from the side.
Okay. I just like
That was better. I feel like that was better.
Let's get in the carriage and go.
aye, let's
Going.
go.
Marcelea looks at Rogar like confusedly, and she's like, okay. All right, you get in the carriage. You head back to. Are you going to Briar House?
Briar House.
Briar House.
Okay. Do you want to pick up
Mirabelle.
Mirabelle on the way.
Yep.
All right.
I want to ask
Mirabelle-
Marcelea a question in the meantime also.
Yep.
Basically, Stong just wants to ask her what happened in the inn with Mirabelle and all the things that attacked the inn.
There were things that attacked the inn.
She was,
Oh, that was the
That
other
was a
one.
doppelganger.
Oh,
you gave Mirabelle to a doppelganger.
oh,
What's
okay.
a Mirabelle?
Say
It's a disease.
it's the cutest. What?
It's how, that's
Sure,
how we defeated
Stong-
the doppelganger. We gave her
Stong's
Mirabelle,
daughter.
and It's shriveled
Oh,
up.
your
It's the
daughter.
cutest, most adorable thing in the world.
It's your Damn it,
It
man.
sounds like a disease. I was just playing.
I'm sorry.
Not cool,
This is coming from
Sturge.
someone whose name is Crabonglear. I'm just gonna point that out.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a condition if I've ever heard one.
I'd way rather
It's
have
got
crab
crabs
than
right there.
Mirabelle.
Well, yes, we can stop by your tall house and retrieve your child if you wish.
Please.
Fine, very well. She gives that instruction with a message spell to her driver. And now that she is like in her carriage, in her element, she seems much more comfortable than she was when she was in the sewer.
Does that mean she's getting rude?
Mm. She says, I want to thank you all for coming to my aid. I very much appreciate your efforts, and I am impressed by your efficacy against the vampire.
And our climbing skills.
Oh man, so good.
I have mixed feelings about your climbing.
That's fair. It's very fair.
We all need to go to the gym after this.
You
Now,
are
Marceline-
more effective than I thought you were when I first met you, and for that you should feel proud.
Sticks and
You can
stones
see
break our
why
bones, but vampires can
this is a good place for me to be staying and learning and working
Daughter,
with these people.
Daughter, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But
Oh,
I am impressed by the progress that you've made with your
Friends.
charming evocations.
I want to put my arm around Artemisia just for support because she was amazing.
Oh.
I'm gonna actually tell her that you were amazing. Like Marcelea is not even there. I'm just paying her a compliment because this carriage is completely silent as far as I know.
Cyril
such
looks at
a badass.
Artemisia and he's like, "Ching."
Oh.
No, just kidding. He kind of nudges Artemisia's
Oh, good. Okay.
hand.
Little scritches. Because if Cecilia like draws all animals to her, it's just not fair. She doesn't get all of them.
She does draw animals to some extent. Yeah, it's
I'm
it's
very
kind of an
lightning.
odd thing about her.
I'm
Okay,
all
Think about
sorts of
how you can
languages.
accessorize with a cat.
so you pick up Mirabelle from Nala at the tall house. Mirabelle is pleased to see Stung. Nala looks tired. She's like, "Oh man, she hasn't slept since this afternoon. This is exhausting. Please take her, please."
Did she say anything or exhibit any odd behavior?
Spin her head
Well,
around.
when I was cooking dinner, she was really interested in the fire.
Oh, well. Thank you for taking care of her, Nala.
Like she was reaching for the fire, and I had to shoo her away.
I will. I mean, Stong's going to duly note that. And he's going to thank her and then get back into the carriage with his friends. And he's going to sit down and look at Mirabelle and hug her. But then he's going to look up at the rest of his friends and he's going to say, I'm kind of a little worried. Nala tells me that Mirabelle has this fixation with fire. And during the attack on the inn, it looks like fire was the thing that killed most of the doppelgangers. I don't know if there's a direct link. So I'd really like to talk to Murin or somebody and look into this further as soon as possible.
Marcelea looks at Mirabelle. That's your child?
She's adopted.
Adopted, but I love her like she's my
I see. I understand.
Okay. I believe you.
Though. And I think Artemisia actually would say that, like kind of under breath, but she would say it.
I'm hurt, daughter. We all need
Yeah.
to
Have a
sleep.
heart to be hurt.
I thought I was going to be sacrificed down there while I was under that hold person spell. And, the thoughts that go through your head at that time. My father loves you, but that doesn't mean that we automatically have a relationship unless both of us, and that includes me, decides what it is. And so you can't just assume that I'm going to merrily follow you home. And we can continue this conversation later, but you should know that.
I need everyone to make an insight check, please.
Well said.
Yeah, nice. 17 total.
Cecilia is too busy going, yeah.
I have to look at
8.
It's not. It's a
6.
Okay. 6, 8, 10,
8.
8. What did Stong get?
17.
What did
Nice.
Artemisia get?
Oh, 7.
Okay. Marcelea goes back to the icy shield and she says, well, of course, daughter, we shall discuss it further. I appreciate you expressing yourself in this way. You have every right to your own life, and I shouldn't be intruding in any way, of course.
Well said. Growth on both sides.
And then she falls silent and says nothing else until you get back to Briar House.
And what does Stong's insight tell him?
I will message him
Oh, okay.
specifically.
Oh.
Ooh, we've got secrets now. Sorry.
Well, this might be a good stopping point since we are almost out of time. So they get back to Briar House, and then we will pick up. You're exhausted from your endeavors, and it's very, very late. So I suppose you probably end up going to sleep.
Question.
So we'll
How
pick
is-
up like
Setting
in the
guards
next
and
day.
fortifying, but yeah.
Say
How-
again.
How is
setting-
Jigs and how does Jigs react to Cyril? I think we need to know that before we go to bed.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I was sending the message to you.
Okay.
I received
Okay.
a secret.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
I thought I asked you a question. You were like, I'm not prepared for this.
I'm not prepared for this. All right. So you get inside. Most of you head off to bed. Jigs comes out to meet you.
I give him scratches.
Actually, Jigs and Sarshan were both sleeping in the front room, kind of cuddled up next to each other.
Oh.
And Jigs is the one who wakes up and gets over and comes over to see you. And he pauses when he sees the cat. And the cat looks at him and goes,
No, none of that. You can't stay here if you can't be chill around him. He was
Just-
here first.
just establishing dominance.
Mm-mm.
And Jigs is like,
Yeah.
and sniffs at your hand. And the cat's like, it's okay. He's not that kind of dog.
Okay, wait, what? He's not what kind of dog?
The kind of dog that'll chase me as soon as I fall asleep.
Oh, okay, yeah, that seems right. He's pretty cool.
You mentioned fish.
Right, okay, I'll show you where the kitchen is.
Excellent. Sarshan kind of blearily gets up. He's like, "Huh, you're back.
It's fine.
Did you
Go
want a
back to
real bed,
sleep.
Sarshan?
Why would I want that? I don't have anyone to share it with."
Is that a subtle invitation?
Put a pin in that thought.
Mhm.
But for now, that's good because space is going to be at a premium. We need to have some other people staying here for a while.
So I will need to share it with someone.
I'll share with you. Devotion.
Perfect.
Cecilia is
Hero.
going to the kitchen
Perfect.
so fast, no one can even tell if she's blushing or not.
Okay.
So I just gotta say, Sturge wants to get everyone together, servants, everything, and just say one thing. Vampires get their way into your house by charming you. They charm you by being able to see you and talk to you. Therefore, close the blinds and don't answer the door. You can listen, but don't go out and don't look out. All they got to do is charm you, and they get the invitation, and we're dead.
Stong goes, but some of our members are immune to charm, I thought.
Resistant, Sarshan says.
Yeah,
resistant.
not good enough. Not good
Oh,
enough.
okay.
And
And
everybody,
like
go to bed.
once Sturge is done, Artemisia is gonna like go to the servants and be like, I pay you, and
That
don't
you do, my lady.
do any of that unless like Sturge is standing there next to you. Okay, just so we're
Understood.
clear.
Listen,
Okay,
like
good.
they can't come out in the daytime, so just function normally in the daytime,
Yeah.
and then go to sleep like normal people at night.
and everybody put a pickle in your pocket, and the vampire can't stalk it.
So,
Celia's like, whatever.
so Marcelea does not accompany you into the house. In
Oh.
fact, she stays out by the carriage.
Is she
You've
a
only
vampire?
just realized that she didn't come with you.
Oh,
And when you look back out, she is climbing back into the carriage.
Mother, I thought you were staying for the defensibility.
Oh no, I think it's very clear that I'm not. I have belatedly realized that I am very much not welcome, and I would prefer to establish our new relationship on even terms.
That's fair. Be safe.
So, and you, daughter. And she climbs into the carriage, and the carriage rolls away.
It should
So
be some
this
sort
is
of
an
after
episode.
to like
Man,
keep
sorry.
an eye on her or something. Just, I mean, she's already been kidnapped once. Obviously, she's capable of being kidnapped.
That seems like a Marcelea problem.
I mean,
She's a high-level divination wizard. Come on.
she is an adult who's a powerful
Alright.
wizard,
Okay.
and if she would just go home to Aglarond,
It's true. There's no night masks in Agron.
Sarshan joins the conversation. He says, "Did you want me to spy on her again?"
No.
you
You can decide, Mia.
Ah, you want me to
That's
stay
true.
here? I understand. I shall protect you.
would you follow her long enough to see where she goes for the night?
Of course. No
Good.
problem.
And then come back here. Thank you.
Was there some conversation about vampires?
Yeah, watch out for vampires. We
What
killed
if
one.
I
really
am a
mad at us.
vampire?
You're not a
Sarshan.
vampire.
Then we're dead.
Sarshan.
Go.
He says, "All right, I certainly will." In front of you, he turns into a red-furred wolf, and then he bounds off down the street.
Nice.
Cool.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
yeah, we saw him do
A
that
couple of
before.
us knew that
Did we
already.
see him?
Some of you saw him do that before. So, and that's all the time we have for tonight. So, pick up next week, and we will see more about this new normal
The repercussions.
and whether
We've
Sturge
earned our
succeeds
rep.
in locking everyone down, and further shenanigans of the ever increasing number of animals that live in Briar House. And yeah, so thanks for watching. I'll throw it to my other players. Aaron?
Thank you to our sponsors, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. Check them out at idlechampions.com.
Thank you to our moderators. Tonight, I believe it was Player Red, Seldrine, and Shay.
Thank you to our other sponsors, Gen Con TV and Chaldea Studios. So Gen Con TV has got a lot of really great content about games, tabletop games, RPGs. Somebody's probably going to post their schedule somewhere in the chat. They've got content nightly. Check it out.
Thank you to Marcus Mays, our guru of the production.
Thank you to all of you, our viewers.
Right, and yep, thank you. I do want to mention, since I showed some art and stuff, that Laurie Krell is our awesome NPC artist, and I thought so. Thank you for all our art, and the adventure continues over on our website www.dungeonscrawlers.com, where you can find profiles on all our characters, the NPCs, bonus material, lots of great stuff. So check it out, and until next time, stay scrawly.